That's for sure.
Magnum is wounded protecting an island girl. Tomorrow at 10 on Channel 2.
In 1982, Joe Hunt was selling the American dream.
Our corporation is looking for guys like you who want to start at the top.
In 1984, he turned it into a nightmare.
You went crazy.
Welcome to the Billionaire Boys Club.
Bang! You're dead.
Tonight, Judd Nelson in a world premiere miniseries. It began with an elite group of Beverly Hills rich kids.
You've heard the cliche that it's tough to follow a successful parent? It's murder.
Drawn together by a mesmerizing young genius.
$14 million in 6 weeks. That's just a start. They have no idea what we can do.
He taught them his way of doing business.
In our world, winning is everything.
And together they created a corporate empire.
The BBC is both a business and a social entity. We want to cast a big shadow over the social scene.
Why did they risk it all for life in the fast lane?
Joe just lost all our money. Why are you listening to him?
Because he has done whatever he has set out to do. And that's more than I can say for the rest of us.
And when their business failed, what drove them to murder?
Frank Booker and I bumped off Ron Levin. Now, if anybody goes to the police, you'll end up in the East River.
It became a conspiracy of terror.
What kind of crazy hell is this?
No body, no witnesses. And a chronic liar has told you that he killed a man who so far isn't missing.
And it began 2 years of massive investigations.
These old snobs have one hell of a way of solving corporate debts. Kids just don't do this.
And as their world was crumbling around them,
we'll need more of those 9 people Joe confessed to come forward.
Who will survive?
I can't give you the documents, Joe.
Then I declare war on you.
Based on the shocking true story of this year's most bizarre trial.
This man is guilty of murder.
Objection, there is no body. And no proof that Ron Levin is dead.
Judd Nelson stars in this extraordinary television event.
All he ever wanted was to make money for everybody.
An American success story gone haywire. Billionaire Boys Club.
Mr. Carney, this list was found at the scene of the murder of Ron Levin.
Objection, there is no body. And no proof that Ron Levin is dead.
We have already shown that Ron Levin ceased to exist. We will now show that this list, written by the accused, Joe Hunt, was part of a plan to murder Ron Levin for $1,500,000.
And we have said that all of this will be explained when Joe Hunt takes the stand in his own defense.
Save your fight for closing arguments, gentlemen. Defense objections overruled. Continue.
Mr. Carney, please look at the list. Is this the list that you saw the accused writing to be used at the murder of Ron Levin?
Yes, it is.
Would you read from the list, please?
At Levin's to do. Put gloves on, close blinds, tape mouth, handcuff, explain situation, get alarm access code, make file of letters, take holes with you. Xerox everything so he has a copy. Use corporate seal. Kill dog, emphasis. Have Levin sign agreements and fill in blanks. Swiss cashier checks, $900,000. Pack suitcase, keys, get alarm code, and Frank digs pit.
Thank you, Mr. Carney. Let the record show that this People's Exhibit, number 55, left at the murder scene, has been proven to be written in Joe Hunt's own handwriting. It's a recipe for murder. Fairmont. You have testified that the accused, Joe Hunt, formed an organization called the Billionaire Boys Club, or BBC, composed of young men like yourself from Los Angeles wealthy families.
Yes. Many of us had gone to the same prep school together with Joe Hunt.
Had you kept contact with the defendant since you went to prep school?
No. We didn't run in the same circles.
How were you reintroduced to Joe Hunt?
Dean Carney had maintained contact with Joe through the years. And he said Joe had become very successful and was putting together an organization that my brother Chris and I might be interested in.
Joe made an absolute killing on the commodities exchange in Chicago.
Are we talking about the same Joe Hunt? The super nerd?
The super bright nerd. Don't you remember, Chris? He was top man on the debating team.
Yeah, until he got kicked off for falsifying evidence.
Listen, guys. Joe finished USC in a year and a half. And Joe is the youngest man in the country to pass the CPA exam. He's got some terrific ideas.
Thank you. So why are we meeting this big shot at a place like this for?
Joe likes the ambiance. Believe me, Chris, he's no nerd now.
You haven't called me.
Have we met?
Cool, Eric. Real cool.
There's Joe.
Barney's right, Joe has changed. He's an older nerd.
And what occurred at that meeting?
Joe told us about the organization he was starting. It wasn't just that he was personally very persuasive. He was also telling us what we really wanted to hear.
Let's be honest. You're not like everybody else. You're affluent, ambitious, well-educated from a wealthy family, and you don't want to wade through a lot of corporate garbage to get to the top, right?
Who does?
People who can't do it any other way. Now, our corporation, the BBC, is looking for guys like you who, frankly, want to start at the top and have investment capital. We bypass corporate political games.
How?
If you have any idea for a company, you start out as president of your operation. You run your show.
Where does the BBC get its money?
Commodities. And this is my field. I invest your money in the commodities. You get a share of the profits. Now, the BBC profits go for investing in ideas from other guys in the BBC, not strangers. These are guys we know and went to school with, our kind.
Isn't commodity investment tricky?
My way is risk-free. A risk-free system that guarantees the most you can lose is 15% on the downside.
How much can you earn?
How high is up, Eric?
My family invested in Joe's system twice. Joe did extremely well until he ran into trouble.
What sort of trouble? I was kicked off the Chicago Exchange. You see, when someone makes money on the exchange floor, someone loses money. And I angered two groups. First, a mafia front organization, and then a Middle East investment cartel. Frankly, I prefer the mafia. They were fairer. I was up $10 million. And when they finished with me, I had $4.
What a wipeout.
Do I look wiped out? See, it all depends how you look at things. There are no absolutes. There's no black and no white, just shades. Depending on how you look at it, black is white and white is black. That's a paradox. It's what I call paradox thinking.
Wait. Black is white, white is black. You want to explain that?
Chris, what color is this?
It's white.
Would you bet your life on it?
My life? Sure. It's white.
But to me, it's black. It depends upon how you saw it. It's both. and you lost the bet. Bang! You're dead. You see? People are not a problem. Only capital is a problem. So what do you guys think so far?
Sounds interesting.
Tell you what, why don't you come with me tomorrow and watch me pitch? I'll introduce you as my associates, and if you like what you see... So, Mr. Cody, we think of the BBC as an umbrella entity. Although our focus is commodities, we're already looking into import-export, manufacturing, service industries.
Hey, Mike, when the trucks come, put them on that side, keep this side clear. Sorry.
Okay, but our real strength lies in our people. Guys like Eric, Dean, and Chris here. Tough young Turks, eager to make their mark. Frankly, sir, guys like myself.
I can see that.
Now, I've got a good record in commodities, but I'm going to be very honest with you, sir. I did so well on the Chicago exchange that they forced me out.
Forced out?
By a conglomerate of Middle Eastern and Iranian interests.
I know, those guys are taking over so fast, we're all going to be speaking Arabic.
Farsi.
Pardon?
Iranians speak Farsi, not Arabic. Ethnically, they're Persians and not Arabs. But they did me a favor. If it weren't for them, I never would have come back to Los Angeles and put together the BBC.
Tell me, Joe, what does BBC stand for?
Nothing special. The Bombay Bicycle Club or the Brass Ball Club. Some of the guys like the Billionaire Boys Club. That title gives us something to shoot for. Our guys are from money families. They're smart and hungry for success on their own, and I believe that rich hungry is tough hungry.
You know, Joe, talking to you is like looking in a mirror 30 years ago. Okay, I'm in. 100,000 in commodities, and watch out for those Arabs.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Wow.
Thunk. 100,000.
Is that impressive or what?
That was neat the way you brought in the Arabs.
When he let me know how he felt about the Arabs, I had my key, and you guys were great.
What? We didn't say a thing.
Yeah, and we can do that anytime.
But by looking at you, he could tell what the BBC is like. You guys really do belong in it. Why don't you invest some money in your own future? Start in at the bottom before it gets going great. I think that young people should control their own destiny. And this is your shot.
This idea was a big step for us. We talked it over with our father.
Okay, I think I get the picture. Boys, you're old enough to make your own decisions. Frankly, it sounds risky. I didn't know either of you knew very much about commodities.
Well, we don't, but I've been reading up a little.
It's complicated, Dad, but if we knew anything about it, we wouldn't need Joe.
You went to school with Joe. I don't remember you ever mentioning it.
He was a loner.
But he didn't run with our crowd.
He was a bookworm on the debate team. He wasn't much into sports.
Yeah, but Carney knows him well, and his family invested heavily with Joe in Chicago, and Carney vouches for him.
I suggest you check everything out. I mean everything, especially Joe.
You've been smoking on that calculator until the numbers are worn off. Haven't you worried up an answer yet?
Well, if Joe Hunt's right, it sure beats what we're getting on our inheritance now. Could be one hell of a breakthrough.
Maybe we could finally pay the rent. That would be neat.
What are you guys talking about?
Uh-oh. Confession time. Judy, if you're after my money instead of my body, this is all there is.
What about your family's money?
Well, it's our family's. It's not ours. I mean, we inherited some, but if we lose that, there's no backup. We're on our own. Uh-oh. I think I just blew your rich Playboy image.
Just the rich part.
Oh, it's okay. She's got her own money. She is just after my brains anyway.
Oh, this is serious? I had no idea this investment was such a risk for you.
Well, you've heard the cliche that it's tough to follow a successful parent. It's murder.
Did you ask your father about this investment?
Oh, yes. He said check everything out. But how do you check out a guy like Joe Hunt? I mean, ultimately, you either believe in him or you don't.
And did you invest with Joe Hunt?
Yes. $10,000 to start. In a month, Joe paid us $5,000 on our investment. We were impressed. Soon we gave him another $70,000.
And it was shortly after this that the BBC rented office space.
We never thought of it at the time, but I guess Joe took some of our money that he was supposed to invest in commodities and rented the BBC offices.
Objection. He's speculating.
Overruled. Please continue.
Did you make a third investment with Joe?
Yes. 80,000 more. It was the last of our inheritance. But things were really moving at the office. It was fancy furniture, electronic equipment, computers, quotrons for stocks and commodities on every desk. And in just a few weeks, a bunch of guys we knew from school had joined us. It was very exciting.
We just had another $100,000 day.
Follow me.
Let me explain something. What I am trying to do, theoretically relate...
Joe had gathered just the type of guys he wanted. Ambitious, from the right families, looking for a shortcut to the top. It was Bob Holmby, super bright law student. Law was in his genes. His family is one of the oldest Beverly Hills law firms. And Todd Melbourne's family was very prominent in manufacturing. His mother was a wine and food expert, and Todd knew commodities. And Brad Sedgwick, he was a friend from school. Kind of an all-American guy. Ambitious, but not pushy. My brother Chris. And Toby Kabeck, also a school buddy. His family was in automobiles, and Toby knew the import car business cold. And Dean Carney, Joe's right arm and alter ego. Dean knew everything about clothes, fashion, interior decorating, and he was also a top law student. And Joe, who mesmerized everybody. He was our age, but you'd never know it. It was unbelievable. I mean, here was an outsider, a nerd that we used to laugh at in prep school, a scholarship kid with no money who used to walk to school. Now he'd become successful, return home, and he was in charge.
Can you give us an example of how he used this influence?
Joe had this, trick of finding your needs and meeting them. Instant support. He became what you wanted, and you became emotionally dependent. And then somehow you found yourself doing what he wanted. Like in the test he gave everyone. Carney said you wanted to see me?
Hi, Eric. Come on in. Have a seat.
What's up?
Profits. I just want to run a test by you. I'm doing it to all the guys.
I'm lousy at math.
It's just a one-on-one. I'm trying to get a take on your mindset. Check out your philosophical mode.
Whatever.
Well, if all the guys in the BBC are going to link our fortunes together, we better know how everybody thinks. Right?
Makes sense.
Are you comfortable?
Shoot.
Okay. Here's the scenario. If you could be absolutely certain that you would not get caught, would you kill someone for $1 million?
No.
Could you kill someone?
No, not really.
Then that's a line that you wouldn't cross, right?
Right.
Okay. Let's say that you walk into a room and you discover that your mother is being raped. Would you kill then?
Yes.
Then you would kill.
But under those conditions, anyone would.
So, change the conditions, and you will cross that line, the line that you said you wouldn't cross. Right, Eric? Good man.
Nobody throws Rick Hansen in a pool and lives to tell about it.
There's only one camera system you can buy that lets you hold the picture in your hand while you still hold the feeling in your heart. The Polaroid Spectra system.
Say cheese, Rick.
Welcome a totally new kind of Ford to the street. Front-wheel drive Ford Festiva.
Small outside, big inside, with 42 standard features and a 6-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty.
It's a Ford. It's a Festiva. It's a Ford. It's a Festiva. Have you driven a Ford lately?
I love 800 numbers. By calling those toll-free numbers, I got all this. I didn't have to go to the mall or even leave the house. I called an 800 number, and Henry told me how to install a ceiling fan. Francine helped me plan a trip for the family.
Hi, Dad!
That's my family. There is even an AT&T 800 directory. To buy it, call an 800 number. Don't you just love 800 numbers?
AT&T 800, the unlimited number.
I just love that Duncan Hines. The light away you make it.
Chocolate cake.
Can't help myself. It's Duncan Hines and nobody else.
You trying to torture me?
Only Duncan Hines gives you 3 ways to bake our cakes, like our light recipe. With no oil, there's 1/4 less calories. Less calories.
Feed me.
Love that lighter recipe. Can't help myself. It's Duncan Hines and nobody else.
So light it disappears.
Please continue your description of Joe Hunt's indoctrination of the members.
Joe Hunt convinced us that we were an elite organization. We needed a common concept to bind us together.
What's wrong with being elitist? If people are honest, they want to believe they're different.
There's nothing wrong with that. The U.S. Senate's been called the world's most exclusive club, 100 members only.
Even if it does contain some Democrats.
To make an impact on investors, we must be bold and aggressive. Break some heads. Now, to keep us aggressive, I'm going to suggest 2 rules. First, never be sorry for anything you do.
Now, wait a minute. That works both ways. If you're never sorry for anything you do, then you won't do anything that you're sorry for.
Really bright.
The second rule is, it's okay to lie as long as you know the truth and it's good for the BBC. It's stupid to tell a lie when you don't know the truth, because the person you're lying to may know the truth, and then you're dead.
Excuse me. Would anybody like some coffee or anything before I leave?
No coffee, no drugs, no alcohol. I keep the temple pure.
Night.
What about a common image for the BBC? I think that's vital in this town.
Absolutely. The BBC is both a business and a social entity. We want to cast a big shadow over the social scene. High profile, high impact. Lay down a big track. Restaurants, clubs, everywhere we're seen. LA is a laid-back town in terms of dress. BBC isn't laid back. Let's start a practice. From now on, whenever any member of the BBC is out in public, he's always wearing the right coat and tie. I mean, style.
Joe, that rule has to work from the top down. The right clothes, the right haircut, the right style, everything.
So?
He means you need work, Joe.
You've got the looks. Let's make lots of money. You've got the brawn. I've got the brains. Let's make lots of. I've had it with the scheming and messing around with jerks. My car is parked outside. I'm afraid it doesn't work. I'm looking for a partner, someone who gets things fixed. Ask yourself this question: do you want to be rich? I got the brains, you got the looks. Let's make lots of money. You've got the gold, I've got the brains. Let's make lots of money. You can tell I'm educated. I studied at the Sorbonne. Doctored in mathematics, I could have been a don. I can program a computer, choose the perfect time. If you've got the inclination, I have got the crime.
Listen, you guys better brush up on your wines so you'll know what to order at a power lunch.
He's right. Knowing the proper wine will give you a psychological beat on the investor. Use every ounce.
You know, Todd's got the advantage there. His mother's an enophile. That's a lover of wines, Chris.
Thanks. My mother made me learn. I knew all my wine lists by the time I was 14.
Must have been a very happy childhood.
Well, maybe Todd should give us a quick course.
Todd. Okay, guys, some business. Now, we need something to push the investors besides paper. I've got a line on an inventor named Peter Faraday, a weird scientist type with a workshop in the desert. He has developed an attrition mill for refining ore that may revolutionize the processing of coal and silica.
Computer chips.
If we can get Peter Faraday to commit to us for a little development money, then we will have some actual hardware to bait investors and an instant manufacturing arm of the BBC.
Hello, Bob.
Hi, Amy. God, you look gorgeous. This is the group I was telling you about. Joe Hunt, Amy Whitehall. She's one of us.
Hi.
Come join us. Sit by me.
Joe, I think I got it.
Got what, Dean?
A way to dazzle Faraday.
Peter Faraday? I'm Joe Hunt of BBC Consolidated, and we're here about your invention.
I found out later they'd borrowed their parents' cars to make an impression. It worked.
What was your impression of Joe Hunt?
I was a little amused at first, but after an hour of listening to Joe Hunt, I thought he was incredibly articulate. He could talk about anything.
And did you enter into an agreement with Joe Hunt?
Peter Faraday has signed a contract giving us exclusive rights to manufacture his attrition mill, the cyclotron. For you non-scientific types, it's a grinding machine that reduces ore almost to molecular level. There have been articles published about it.
That'll get us some press.
And investors. We only have one prototype. We need to build 2 more. Anyone want to take a whack at it?
I will. I'm great with my hands. How about it, Brad? We used to rebuild cars together.
Sure. What's a little old attrition mill compared to a 58 Corvette?
Great. Project me a budget, and I'll get the money to you. But get it rolling. We are starting a whole corporation around this machine called Microgenesis. It should draw investors like bees to honey. Now, Quebec has some great news about our import car business. Toby?
The BBC is importing gray market cars from Europe on our own Trans-Allied cars. For those who don't know, gray market cars are mostly used foreign cars that are brought into this country and modified so they meet emission standards. The profit is humongous. Our first cars arrive tomorrow. We have a 72 Mercedes convertible and a 78 Porsche 911.
Yeah! All right! Wait. That's not all. Toby, go ahead. What?
There's 10 more on the way. Now, they can't be sold until they're smog certified, but they can be driven, which means that the BBC now has one hell of a motor pool.
All right.
Drive them carefully, you guys.
Oh, man. Okay, guys, that's it. Anyone who wants to join us, we're going to the movies.
Let's hear it for the porn flickers.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm going to pick up the rest of Faraday's blueprints. I'll see you in your office. You really want to try and build Faraday's monster machine?
I'm getting blitzed with all Joe's talk. I want to work with something solid that I can put my hands on instead of these paper commodities. Speaking of which, how are our investments doing?
Okay, I guess. I mean, you know Joe. Does he ever say anything's bad?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Look, let's work it this way. You keep your eyes on the paper empire, and I'll just work with the hardware. All right? Are you coming home?
No, I'm gonna go with the guys.
Man, don't you ever get enough of him?
Do you know why movies are so important?
Why?
Because they reflect reality. They are life. Take Rambo. It is a perfect example of the way paradox philosophy works. And he blew it.
He blew it? How?
When he didn't kill the kid. Didn't any of you see that? That's the exact moment where Rambo lost his advantage.
I must have missed something.
I must have missed the whole movie.
Remember? Rambo is outnumbered. Everyone is hunting him. But because of his ability and training, he has the advantage. Then the kid spots him. He captures the kid, then he lets the kid go. It's a bad move. The kid runs off and reveals Rambo's position.
Yeah, but what else could he do?
Kill the kid. Rambo failed because he felt killing the kid was wrong.
Wasn't it?
No. He saw wrong as an absolute. But there aren't any absolutes, just shades in between. Now, once you understand that, you can manipulate events to serve your needs. Such a person is a shading. There are 3 shadings in the BBC. Myself, Melbourne, and Carney. We need more.
So, if Rambo had been a shading, he wouldn't have been caught.
Right. He would have killed the kid and slipped away.
Yeah, but that kid could have grown up to be president.
Or a bum. He's an unproven entity. Isn't a Rambo of proven value more important? Face it, guys. In our world, winning is everything. When was the last time your parents praised you for failing? The last time the loser got the girl? When was the last time that Fortune magazine listed the top 500 failures? Rambo was fighting an undeclared war. Like business. Business is war. Like war is a business. Another paradox. And guys, make no mistake. This is a war the BBC is going to win.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is forced into a deadly game on the highest-rated TV show of the future. No one has ever survived. But he has yet to play. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Running Man. I'll be back. Rated R. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
Introducing Toyota Corolla for 1988. Dramatic new looks that'll literally stun you. Performance that'll surprise you. And value that is legendary. For 1988, it's a whole new dimension for Corolla. Toyota quality. Who could ask for anything more?
Toyota! I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting all day. When I'm through with you, you're gonna be history, man. I'm gonna eat you up. And you know what? I'm gonna enjoy it.
Nothing takes care of a mean appetite like the tender chunks of chicken and rich egg noodles in Campbell's new chunky chicken nugget soup.
And eat you up.
Campbell's Chunky. It takes care of the meanest appetites.
Go on and smile, smile. Show them your pearly whites. Show them your best. Crest best. You made it, you passed the test. Show them your Crest. Crest best.
Go on, smile with confidence. Year after year, more dentists recommend Crest than any other toothpaste.
Show them your Crest.
Why brush with anything else?
Crest best.
Billionaire Boys Club will return following these messages.
From royalty to movie stars, Barbara Hutton's lifestyle shocked the world.
You're making a spectacle of yourself.
My humiliation is to be their entertainment.
Farrah Fawcett stars as the woman who could buy anything but love.
You know how I feel? Worth millions. Worth nothing.
Based on a true story, Poor Little Rich Girl, beginning November 16th.
Tastykake. 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 Nobody bakes a cake as tasty as a Tastykake.
Presidential candidate Paul Simon, tonight on Channel 2 News Weekend.
Billionaire Boys Club continues, starring Judd Nelson.
Mr. Carney, about the victim, Ron Levin. How did you and Joe Hunt become involved with Ron Levin?
We were looking for investors all the time. One of our guys heard about Levin, who had a reputation as a big operator with a lot of money. Levin was said to be a sort of con man, a real scammer. And Joe was intrigued by that.
Were you at their first meeting?
No. Joe said he'd handle Levin. We weren't sophisticated enough. They met privately over several weeks. Joe was very impressed. He said that we could learn a lot from Ron Levin. When Joe finally thought that Levin was hot, we put together a prospectus on the cyclotron and pitched it to Ron Levin.
It's very impressive, Joe. But you haven't actually built one of these machines, right?
No, but we do have Faraday's prototype that he built, and the marketing and scientific articles.
Microgenesis Corporation. It's a nice name. A wholly owned subsidiary of BBC Consolidated of North America, another impressive name, which is supposed to build this cyclotron. Basically hasn't built one yet, true?
Mr. Levin, it's the Beverly Hills Police. Some lieutenant.
Don't I rate a captain? Ask them if they have an indictment on me yet. I keep those guys hopping. They have a file on me as thick as an encyclopedia. Nothing they can prove, of course. They're good guys.
It's not about an indictment. He wants to know if you were able to get Muhammad Ali for the police children's benefit, like you promised.
Yes, of course. Tell them I talked to the champ. It's all set. So, the BBC has got no hardware, just paper.
No, we have investors.
Like who?
Peter Van Platt and some of his people.
For how much?
$150,000, non-refundable, first payment for an option to purchase BBC cyclotrons in the future.
So you sold him, and he doesn't even know if you can build this thing. Joe, we've become good friends, right?
Right.
Do me a favor. Give me Van Platt's number.
So you can verify my story?
No, so I can take him for $1 million. If he'll invest with that little knowledge, he's a live fish. I want some of him. You're good. You're very good. I'll tell you what. This Saturday, I'm throwing a little tennis party at the club. Bring over some of your boys, and we can get to know each other better. Maybe, eventually, we can do business.
Joe was desperate to get Ron as an investor. There were now about 20 guys in the BBC. But things weren't moving, and most of the boys didn't know it.
And commodities are generally taking a beating.
How bad? Some accounts like yours are steady, others not so strong.
They're dropping like a rock, Joe.
I know how to read a quotron, Todd, but commodities also go up. You guys have got to tap your sources for investors. Friends, family, whomever.
Quebec, when are we going to start selling those cars?
Can't get the emissions lab to certify them. Our mechanic works on them, they don't pass at $1,000 a pop for each test. That's $20,000 worth of tests so far. Zip.
Then change mechanics, but get them passed. We have 12 foreign cars in inventory that are costing us money.
Any chance Chris and Brad will get a cyclotron finished before the millennium?
Well, Chris says it's coming, but it's slow.
This is great. Things are almost bad enough to have a party.
Joe, what about your friend Ron Levin?
He's warming up. You should have seen the way Joe handled him.
Warm, but not ready. And listen, Levin's having a big tennis party on Saturday. There'll be lots of money there. It's your target. You guys must show up looking very sharp.
And if you play Levin, lose.
Hello, Ron. You gonna play dressed like that?
I like to watch. It's a hell of an entrance. Where do you get the cars?
We own Trans-Allied Cars. It's a foreign car import.
Gray market? Smart.
Ron. You know we're going to work together.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you keep stalling?
I'm waiting for the right moment. The right project. There are a few things I could teach you.
So what's wrong with my cyclotron deal?
It's not my style. It's not yours either. We're paper men. Concepts, commodities, that's our arena.
Okay. So how about commodities? I'm very solid there.
So you told me. You give me a few days. I'll talk with my commodities people and we'll put something together. I'm thinking of starting you with a substantial line of credit for trading with a broker.
You mean it?
Would I lie about money?
Well, so how much is Levin going for?
I won't know until he puts a deal together.
Do you trust him?
No. That's why it's gonna work.
I am gonna take a swim before dinner.
Anybody want to join me? Sounds great. Hey, you ever gone in from here?
Oh, well, we talked about it.
Come on.
Are you guys serious?
You're on.
Look out below! Here I come! I can't believe we did that sober. I can't believe we did that at all. What time are we supposed to pick up the girls?
8. Hey, Joe, you get enough?
One more the hard way. You coming?
Where is he going? Hey, come on, Joe, that's dangerous as hell.
He doesn't do drugs, he doesn't drink. Maybe it was that deal with Levin that finally freaked him out, huh?
Hey, Joe, come on. From the roof, the pool is 25 feet down.
And it's only 8 feet deep.
Top of the world, Ma! Top of the world!
He's bluffing.
He really is crazy. It was crazy, but also a brilliant move, because he knew the word would get around. And after that stunt, nobody would doubt Joe, no matter what he said he would do.
In the world as it was meant
meant to be, the fields overflow and the trees hang heavy with a balanced harvest of fruits, grains, and nuts. If breakfast were as it was meant to be, it would be a centuries-old balance of all these good things. The breakfast Europeans call muesli. Now, muesli comes to America as Kellogg's Mueslix. Oats, wheat, rice, corn, barley, raisins, dates, and hazelnuts. Kellogg's Mueslix. 5 grain or bran. What breakfast was meant to be.
The Honda Accord LXI. You've always wished you could play like that.
Before you slip it over or slide it on, before you dress, caress. Caress with bath oil leaves your skin softer than soap can. Softer than anything that touches it. Before you dress, caress.
I love dinner parties.
You love dinner. Should Country Crock go here?
All that rich, buttery taste.
Or with the green beans?
Green beans?
You love green beans.
Must have been your first husband.
You are my first husband.
Shed Spread Country Crock. Rich, buttery taste, fewer calories than regular margarine, and no cholesterol.
McDonald's Egg McMuffin. Sausage biscuit. Sausage biscuit with egg. Sausage McMuffin with egg. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Who's ready to take breakfast by the hand?
Billionaire Boys Club will return following these messages.
I'm Tom Brokaw. America's growing nursing crisis. Is the health of your family at risk? A special segment report tomorrow on NBC Nightly News.
Good evening from the Channel 2 Newsroom. Horace Holmes reporting. Join us after the movie as we get you caught up on all the news making headlines this Sunday night. Join Brad Ganson and me for Channel 2 News Weekend. Brad reports on the visits of one national and one internationally known public figures to the Baltimore area. First, Maki Mandela, the daughter of jailed South African freedom fighter Nelson Mandela, was at Towson State. She told students that the South African government's news blackout is, in her opinion, a cover-up of a deteriorating situation in her country. Also, Democratic presidential hopeful Paul Simon was in Pikesville. Brad talked with him about the latest revelations concerning politicians who smoke pot. Now this.
With all of the claims and clutter in today's car advertising, there's one thing you can count on at Jerry's Toyota. You won't beat our prices anywhere.
There was another earthquake in California today. Mother Nature didn't start this one. Man did. Scientists were conducting tests to see how earthquakes start. Well, they found out. Join us for the latest news, weather, and sports at 11.
A special bulletin from Luskin's. Our $1 million warehouse sale has been held over through Monday. Thanks to your response, Luskin's extends this very special opportunity to save up to 75% off brand name audio, video, stereo electronics, and select home appliances. Now through Monday, one location only, Luskin's Warehouse on Route 1 between 175 and 100. A once-in-a-lifetime savings from the cheapest guy in town. Luskin's. Don't miss it.
I've come for silver.
Of course, he want new Amoco silver.
And it's high time folks had something better than regular unleaded.
You sure know your gasoline.
No friend, my car knows.
For better performance than regular unleadeds, try pure Amoco silver.
Grandpa, who was that masked man?
I don't know, son, but his car knows.
Flight to Freedom, beginning Tuesday only on Channel 2 News at 5.
Billionaire Boys Club continues, starring Judd Nelson.
Mr. Fairmont, you've testified previously that your commodities investment was showing a profit. Would you describe the change that occurred?
Well, previously when I asked Joe or Todd Melbourne how my commodities were going, they'd answer everything was great. But that changed. Hi. How you doing?
Eric, I'll give it to you straight. I tried to make you some extra money by extending your positions in relation to your capital. But the market suddenly adversed before I could liquidate to meet the margin call.
What does that mean?
Your account was wiped out.
Oh, man. Okay. What can we do to get it back?
I'm very impressed. You're responding by focusing from a different perspective instead of finding fault and accusing. That's great. You're a stud, Eric. Look, we've got other investments. When they mature, I'll see that you get $300,000 back. And because you're taking this so well, I'm going to make you a shading.
A shading? Did that mean you would become part of the inner circle with Mr. Hunt, Mr. Melbourne, and Mr. Carney?
Yes, but I didn't. Because a couple days later, Joe said, I'm sorry, Eric. You really aren't a shading.
And how did your brother respond to Joe losing your money?
What do you mean gone? What happened to our risk-free investment?
What can I say, Chris? I've been watching the commodities. It's very tricky. With market fluctuations, we can't always predict.
Terrific. We're wiped out and you turn into Joe's parrot.
This is not a frat party, Chris. This is big business. This is hardball. Now, if we play, we take our knocks and we bounce back. When there are reversals, we have to maintain flexibility.
You're buying into that crazy bastard's... Eric, do you really believe Joe's paradox philosophy?
Some of it. I believe in what works. And I believe Joe. And he has promised to return $300,000 to us.
Joe just lost all our money. Why are you listening to him?
Why? Because he has done whatever he has set out to do. And that's more than I can say for the rest of us. Yeah, okay, he blows a lot of smoke, but that's just his way. He said he'd form the BBC. He did. He said he'd get investors. He has. And if Joe says he'll return $300,000 to us, I believe him.
Our inheritance is gone. We're ruined. And you still believe Joe?
You need a different perspective, Chris. This is external.
This is paradox crap.
Why don't you look at it from this viewpoint? We don't have a choice. Nobody is going to get our money back but Joe. And Daddy isn't going to save us this time.
One day we received incredible news. Ron Levin had set up a credit account for Joe to trade with Stephen Raleigh, a commodities broker. I first heard of it when I walked into the office.
Climb, baby, climb.
What's going on? Ron Levin came through. Joe's on the phone with the commodities broker right now.
Yes, let's stay with the T-bills. I'll call you back on the bonds. Thank you, Mr. Raleigh.
Tell him, Joe.
Ron Levin set a $5 million credit account for me to trade.
What? $5
million? And Joe's been trading since yesterday morning.
How's it going?
Up $350,000, more or less.
And climbing. That baby's still climbing!
Joe traded the Levin account for 7 weeks.
What was the result?
It fell off at first, but picked up again, and by the 7th week, Joe had grossed $14 million for that account.
$14 million in 7 weeks.
It was a complete affirmation of Joe's system. Everything Joe said had come true. The BBC share would be $4.5 million. Joe had single-handedly solved our problems with one account. It was tremendously exciting. We leased apartments on Wilshire Boulevard, and some of us moved in. It was...
Party time! Okay. Dean, Amy, and I have this apartment. Todd's taking the one downstairs. Brad's moving in at the end of the month. Now we can just get the motor pool into the garage.
Then we can drive the management crazy.
Hey! You better watch it. I'm gonna take this one back from you.
Back?
Yeah, this is my first serious relationship. What, 4th grade? Just got braces on.
Didn't you introduce Amy to Joe and Judy to Chris?
Little old matchmaker me. And with our newfound wealth, the BBC social scene is going to light up the LA sky. Yeah!
Didn't
Didn't I say Joe could do it? When it started rolling, it was unreal. Joe's Ron Levin account dropped from 5 million to 2 million in 4 days. I nearly died. Then the next day, it jumped back up to 5 million, then 3 days later to 9 million. Then the market surged, and in 3 days, Joe's account jumped to 14 million.
In 3 days?
Come on. Chris, I read the broker's report. It's true. A total jump from 5 million to 14 million. Joe blew them away.
So it simply makes sense for the BBC to be physically living together. Physical proximity encourages symbiosis. I envision a compound where we can all live, work, and play together for instant communication and common protection. Protection from who? Them. Who are them? Anyone other than us. The garage would be a motor pool of our finest imports from Trans-Allied cars. Rolls, Mercedes, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. When you need one, you simply sign out for it.
That would be great.
Hey, there's just one problem. Suppose Eric and I both have dates, and there's only one Ferrari. Who gets it?
Chris, I was illustrating a conceptual noumenon.
But you weren't. A noumenon isn't tangible. A Ferrari is. I know I miss noumenon in philosophy.
Chris, does she think for you too?
She thinks, Joe. And I drive the Ferrari. Which brings us back to only one real imaginary Ferrari and 2 guys who want it. How do we paradox that, Joe? Jenny, I need these mailed right away. And get me some additional copies of the Faraday contract.
I'll get right on it, Mr. Fairmont.
Chris, got a minute?
Sure.
How's the cyclotron coming?
We're about halfway.
Well, I've been thinking, maybe if you spend all your time down on the plant on the machine, things might go faster. I'm projecting a high impact for the cyclotron on third quarter revenues.
You mean move my office down there?
Well, it might expedite the process. And besides, there's no need for you and Eric to be sharing an office up here when the plant is where you're needed. Full-time, hands-on, instead of this periodic interface.
Whatever works.
You're the max, Chris. A real team player. We need more of that in the BBC. And listen, anything you guys need down there, you just let me know, okay? Eric, got a minute? I'd like to get your views on this commodities pitch I'm preparing.
BBC Consolidated. Can I help you? Just a moment, please.
What was the financial situation by this time?
Great. Commodities were climbing. Things couldn't be better.
Mr. Raleigh, Joe Hunt.
Yes, Mr. Hunt.
What's the equity in our account today?
But Mr. Levin closed that account yesterday.
I haven't talked to him today.
Well, he said the experiment was over. Mr. Hunt, you did understand that there was never any real money in that account. Mr. Levin set up that account as a simulation, a paper test. The account was never real. You did understand that, didn't you?
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Raleigh.
What is it, Joe?
Levin set up the account as a simulation. It wasn't real.
14 mil isn't real? What are you gonna do, Joe?
Continue to see Levin. Naturally.
Why?
Because it's our only chance to get any money out of him. Or kill him.
Both of these stop the symptoms of a cold. But 12-hour Contact works twice as long as Actifed tablets. So if you're sneezing, congested, or have a runny nose, which would you rather take? Until there's a cure, there's Contact.
There are those who fervently believe that true perfection is found in the details. At the Bavarian Motor Works, we gave that belief a name. We call it the BMW 735i. Beautiful, to be sure. Yet perhaps the most beautiful thing about it is its spirit.
problem?
The fridge is out.
Well, I can get you where you're going.
Great. You always drive like this?
Every chance I get.
Stetson Cologne. Comfortable, easy to wear.
You're letting that great-smelling guy get away? Are you kidding?
Easy to wear, hard to resist. Stetson fits.
He says I'm a gorgeous blonde. I say I'm a smart blonde. He says my hair's the color of a pale golden jewel. I say, of course. I use Preference by L'Oreal. Preference color is translucent with subtle shadings. He says touching my hair is a sensuous experience. I say that's the preference difference. He says I'm worth it. I say the guy's no dummy.
Performing Preference from L'Oreal.
Do some of this, do some of that. A little bit of this and a whole lot of that.
Give them a little pat of butter. Pure, fresh, natural dairy butter. It has the same calories as margarine, just 36 per pat. Give them a little pat of butter.
Tuesday, a wrestler's pinned with a murder rap.
I didn't do it.
Can Matlock unmask a ringside slayer?
Get out of there, get out of there.
Dick Butkus sports a Matlock mystery Tuesday. Tuesday, terrorism hits the Starbuck office.
Your people will die. They're going to kill those hostages.
The government is paralyzed and Starbuck goes to war.
And if anybody dies, I die with.
It's J.J. Starbuck. Then Torello's birthday is packed with a mob surprise.
A police officer has been shot.
Will they get the goods and Torello too?
What do you say?
Crime Story, Tuesday.
Mr. Raleigh, in your capacity as a commodities broker, would you please tell the court of your business relationship with Ron Levin?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Motive. It shows that Levin's deception of Joe Hunt was a motive for murder.
Overruled. You may answer.
When Ron Levin came to see me, he represented himself as a member of Independent Network News, doing a feature story on commodities trading.
So, to give our documentary authenticity, we want to set up a fake account. Just paper, no real money, no actual buying or selling. Mr. Hunt will be calling in his transactions. You treat them as if they're real.
Does Mr. Hunt know they're not real?
No. We want him trading with the emotion of a real situation. He must think that the money is real. Like, if he's on a hot streak, does he become more daring?
Will Mr. Hunt ever be told that the account is merely paper simulation?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, right after the experiment, before we go on the air.
And was this television program ever produced by Mr. Levin?
No.
What was the financial status of the BBC at this time?
None of our other projects were making any money, and the Levin scam was a tremendous blow to us.
What did Levin say when you confronted him? Denial, as expected. He said he took the money out and put it in real estate. He said the BBC owns a piece of it.
Do you believe him?
Who knows? But Levin must have got something out of it. And what he got, I want our cut. And I'll keep dogging him until we get it.
What about the investors, Joe?
We'll send out a statement showing a slight profit.
Joe, we're almost cleaned out. How can you be so up?
A positive attitude is essential, Dean. We're simply going to tell the investors something that they want to hear until we can give them what they want.
If only Levin's money had been real, all our problems would be stamp.
Joe, the map you ordered is finally up. Want to see?
Oh, thank you. I'll be right in.
Okay.
What do we tell the guys?
Tell them nothing. It's absolutely essential that nobody knows that Levin scammed us. Hey. Come on. My system worked. $14 million, and I can do it again. Now get started on those statements, and I'll see you tonight at the party. Hey. And tell all the guys to be very sharp tonight. I've invited Ron Levin.
Levin, why?
Obviously to throw off suspicion from our guys that anything is wrong. Besides, staying social with Ron is a way to keep in touch with our money.
Hey, isn't it neat? It looks like a war room or something out of, what's that movie?
Dr. Strangelove.
No,
I mean the one about computers. With Matthew Broderick.
God. How could Ron Levin have been so cruel? So damn unfair. If the guys find out, see how Ron Levin made a fool of me, they'll never believe me. Everyone believed that I'd saved us. I believed it. All I ever wanted was to make money for everybody. I've always wanted to create an organization that was an aristocracy of achievers. A family of power people that could blast through the tyranny created by mediocre minds. Mediocrity has created a world whose economy is falling to pieces. Banks are failing as country after country default on their loans. Amy, soon all the real power will be in corporations, not governments. All power concentrated in assets instead of weapons. All it takes to control that is a financial base. And we had the seed. We actually had it. $14 million in 6 weeks. That's just a start. They have no idea what we can do.
I've done this before. I know it works. We sell short and maintain our primary balance. That way, your fallback position is safer. Oscar?
Ron, I'd like you to meet Oscar Rastelli, our chief legal counsel, Ron Levin.
Hi. Heard a lot about you. Joe, don't you let anybody in the BBC over 25? I feel like a fossil.
27 is the cutoff point. After that, most people trade their dreams for security.
And don't you ever lighten up?
Excuse us, Oscar. Can I see you privately, Ron?
Oh, guys.
Hey.
How's it going down at the plant?
Dirty. How are things at headquarters? Are we rich yet?
I'll let you know, Chris.
I'll hold my breath, Eric.
What's with you guys?
Nice, huh? Ever since Joe moved me down to the warehouse, Eric's just bought into his whole act. We don't even speak at home.
It's too bad.
I don't even know who Eric is anymore. If we could stop being brothers, we would.
So what did Levin say?
That there never was any money in the commodities account. It was a paper simulation.
Why would he go to the trouble to set that up?
So he could take the simulated papers and show a $14 million balance to another brokerage firm. They didn't know the balance wasn't real. They gave Levin a loan for $1.5 million.
That is so slick. And then later, Joe said that Levin promised us $300,000 of that $1.5 million that he scammed.
Did you receive any of that money?
Never. It was a stall.
And was this also where you introduced Joe to Frank Booker?
Yes. Booker had been working as a security guard in our building. Frank. Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Glad you could make it. Come on in here. Joe. It's Frank Booker. Frank's got an interesting background. He's a former Mr. Universe.
Glad to meet you, Frank.
Yeah, me too.
Frank's a 5th degree black belt. Teaches karate. He played pro football.
Yeah? What team?
The Colts. Then I drifted into security work back east.
What kind of security work?
Bodyguard, electronic surveillance, firearms training.
Maybe some muscle work?
Maybe.
So Frank Booker very quickly became friends with Joe.
soon after Joe Hunt met Booker, was Joe going to make him a member of the BBC?
Booker will be a good guy to have around.
What would he do? He can begin by teaching us karate.
Mr. Rastelli, in what capacity did Mr. Booker work at the BBC?
Booker hadn't been there very long when I asked Joe.
Come on, what's a guy like Booker gonna do around here?
With his body and my brains, we are the ultimate man. He's in charge of security, and he's my bodyguard. Look, Booker is from a different world, Oscar. We don't have his street savvy. I want to see if he can infuse some of that in the membership.
Booker was a heck of a fighter, an extremely physical guy. One day at the warehouse, Chris and Brad were goofing around with Booker. He kept some of his gear down there.
Look, I want the two of you guys to grab the pipe and come at me. Huh? Just grab the pipes and come at me. And I mean hard.
You got it.
Okay? Make it easy on yourself. Whenever you're ready.
Booker had other assets. He knew weapons. He carried a Derringer strapped to his leg. He also had several other guns.
That's amazing. But it doesn't sound like it does in the movies.
It was kind of a macho atmosphere developing around the BBC. Karate lessons, guns, silencers. The warehouse was even used as sort of a firing range when Booker gave lessons. But business-wise, things were really coming apart.
No matter what we do, the admissions lab won't certify him. There's always something wrong. And $1,000 per test?
Have we tried to get a special price?
Yeah, nothing.
Have we tried to pay him off?
He's state licensed. He said when the cars are right, they'll pass.
He won't budge.
Won't budge. Shooting, I was really bothered. And Chris was my closest friend in the group.
Chris! Quebec! How's it going?
Chris, you're not gonna believe this.
And I believe it already.
Is Booker around?
No, why? What is it?
Booker and Joe shot up the certification lab.
What? How do you know?
They did it. I got it from a very reliable source. Believe me, they did it. They put on fatigues and they shot up the lab.
And when Chris came to me with the story, it just seemed too outrageous. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Quebec swore it happened.
Why would they do that?
Isn't the lab refusing to pass our cars?
Yes, Chris, but you don't shoot up the lab, you fix the cars.
Quebec wouldn't just make it all up, Eric. And Booker is one crazy dude.
You know, you'd like to believe anything against Joe, wouldn't you? No matter how ridiculous.
Come on, Eric. You know all the crazy macho talk that's been going on lately? Well, it isn't just talk anymore. You better find out what is really going on.
There was only one way to find out. So I confronted Joe.
Eric, how can you believe such a story? You're here with me every day. I work my tail off, and then I go out at night and shoot up a lab because it won't certify our cars? That's crazy.
All I know is what Chris told me.
Chris? That's terrific, Eric. I know he's your brother, but you know how Chris is. Dumb. You're working up here because you're twice as smart. Chris is working down in the warehouse doing grunt work, and he chose that, but he is jealous. Also, Chris doesn't like me. You know I'm right, Eric.
I'm sorry, Joe. It sounded crazy, but I just had to know.
Well, do us all a favor. These kind of rumors hurt morale. You must tell me everything that Chris says so I can deal with it. Look, Eric, we're not little boys anymore. Loyalty to the BBC must come first.
What was the financial situation by this time?
Deteriorating badly. No money coming in and investors driving us crazy. Levin hadn't given us anything but promises. I went out of town for a week on business and returned to the office at night. Joe was there.
Hi, Dean.
Have a good trip.
Okay, I guess. Frank Dick's pit?
Booker has been up to Soledad Canyon digging a pit to take Ron Levin after he's killed.
Add Levin's to do, put gloves on, close blinds, tape mouth, handcuff, kill dog.
And you knew at that time that these pieces of paper comprised a plan to kill Ron Levin?
Yes, I did.
Why didn't you go to the police right there?
Because I was a part of what was going on with Joe at that time. I was backing him up on what he decided to do. I was his sounding board. I went along with it.
And what happened then?
We discussed the list. Joe was always making lists and contingency plans. This list covered every possibility Joe would face killing Ron Levin. Levin, his situation, meaning what?
First, I'm going to Levin's house. I've got the papers all drawn up. And a contract showing Levin is investing in the cyclotron.
For how much?
Whatever I can get out of him. That's why the amount is blank. I'll type it there. I'm taking everything with me, a corporate seal, hole punch, a file that says we've been in negotiations over this, so forth.
What's your pressure on Levin?
Booker. Levin doesn't know him. After I'm there, Booker will show up with his gun. I'll tell Ron that Booker is a mafia enforcer and that I owe him money. And I'll tell him that I promised to pay them from the money that Levin owes me. That puts us in the same boat. Levin signs us a check, or Booker kills us both. That explains this notation. Explain the situation to him.
And what if Levin doesn't buy that?
Then we go down the list. We bind and gag him, and kill his dog. Levin loves that dog. We'll kill it in a grotesque way, and he'll be inclined to cooperate. He'll sign the check and this contract, and we'll leave stuff in his file showing that it was a legitimate business transaction.
What does this mean? Take holes with you.
When you make a file, you punch holes in the paper. And I don't want to leave any pieces of paper from the holes behind, showing that the files were made there.
Nifty touch. When?
Tomorrow night. Levin leaves for New York the next day. We'll pack his bags, lock up the house, put the alarm on, and his absence is covered for a while because he's out of town.
Who's your alibi?
You. You'll take Amy to the movies, and you'll swear that I was with you.
Let's execute the merger. Ron. Joe, what's going on? Yeah, I heard you were leaving town. Hey, let's get together tomorrow night before you go. I'll pick up some takeout from Ponte Vecchio and come over. We'll talk some business. You've never refused a free meal yet. About 8:30. You're on. Dean, do you know what day June 6th is in history? D-Day.
When you're young and rich in Beverly Hills, the fun can last all night. The night can last all day.
I think Julian's in a lot of trouble.
But the last thing you expect is to wake up to less than zero.
Everyone is accountable. Julian!
Andrew McCarthy, Robert Downey Jr., Jamie Gertz, James Spader.
Do whatever I can. I'll do whatever it takes.
Less than zero. Rated R. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
You know it as a powder. You love it as a spot fighter.
Cascade. Beautiful.
Now there's a new way to get virtually spotless dishes. Now there's Cascade, the liquid. That famous sheeting action for virtually spotless dishes is now available in new Liquid Cascade.
Liquid Cascade. Terrific.
Cascade for virtually spotless dishes.
There are lots of ways to pull for the U.S. Olympic team. The easiest is when you pull out your Visa card. Because whenever you use Visa, we'll make a donation to the team. So pull for the team. And if you go to the '88 Winter Olympics in Calgary, bring your camera and your Visa card. Because the Olympics don't take place all the time, and this time the Olympics don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
The news about aspirin is startling. New discoveries, new medical benefits. I write about it all the time. But there's one bit of news you haven't heard. It's about Anacin. It even surprised me. New clinical studies show Anacin's aspirin formula is more effective than regular strength aspirin. So when you're in pain, you can expect more effective relief. Better relief than regular aspirin. It's that simple. Better relief.
Anacin, a better aspirin formula.
Billionaire Boys Club will return following these messages. Next Sunday, Perry Mason faces his toughest trial.
Dig up what you can on Mason. If you can't find anything, invent it.
When a sleazy publisher is murdered, everyone's a suspect.
Sounds serious.
The reporter, the banker, the lover, even the lawyer.
Objection.
Perry Mason in the case of the scandalous scoundrel next Sunday.
The best spot to feel the heartbeat is called the PMI, the point of maximum impulse. It reminds me of this little girl, a patient of mine with a heart problem. She says, "You want to listen to my PMI?" And she points right to it. Believe me, this kid has plenty of heart.
As a member of Kaiser Permanente, you can have a personal physician, one like Dr. Keith Scott. Kaiser Permanente, good people, good medicine.
From the mountainous Abruzzi region of central Italy comes the inspiration for a hearty beef and pork pasta sauce called Classico d'Abruzzi. And because in Italy pasta sauces differ from region to region, from Naples there's a robust tomato and basil Classico di Napoli. And from Sicily, a zesty ripe olive and mushroom Classico di Sicilia. The regional tastes of Italy brought to America. Classico, authentic regional pasta sauces.
Good evening from the Channel 2 newsroom. Coming up in our roundup of the weekend news right after the miniseries, suspect is in custody in connection with the murder of a Baltimore cabbie. Daughter of Nelson Mandela predicts a bloodier situation in South Africa unless the government reforms. And Senator Simon talks about marijuana use among some of his colleagues. Also tonight, terrorism in Ireland and a test quake in California. Now this.
At Jerry Chevrolet, we've got bargains galore on brand new leftover 87. We won't let price or trade-in values stand in our way. Jerry's is the place to buy.
I'm Brad Ganson. Join us for the news, weather, and sports extra in just about half an hour.
Friends for 40 years, Channel 2 and you.
Billionaire Boys Club continues, starring Judd Nelson.
Mr. Carney, you have testified that on the night of June 6th, when Joe Hunt was to see Ron Levin, you were supposed to take Amy Whitehall to the movies as an alibi for Joe Hunt.
That's right.
Did you go to the movies that night?
Yes.
Afterwards, what did you do?
I went home.
You share an apartment with Mr. Hunt and Miss Amy Whitehall. Did you see Joe Hunt that night before you went to the movies?
Yes, he was at his desk in his bedroom, looking at those lists.
Did you see him afterwards when you came back home?
No, I went to my room and went to sleep.
The next morning, did you see Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Wake up, Dean. We did it. Ron Levin is dead. A check from his Swiss bank account for $1,500,000 and a contract signed by Levin, investing in the cyclotron, explaining the check. Get dressed. Let's go for a walk. First, I went to Ponte Vecchio's, picked up 2 dinners and took them to Ron's. A couple of chopped salads. You know how finicky Ron is about staying slender. Halfway through eating, Booker arrived. I let him in. He immediately pulled a gun. Levin said, "I'll do anything you want. Anything." We then enacted the mafia scenario with Booker as the enforcer.
Did Levin buy it?
Completely. He was scared, really scared. He agreed to sign the contract and write us a check. And I'm quite certain that at this point, Levin thought he was going to live. I asked him how much he had in his Swiss account. He said $1.7 million. So I wrote the check for $1.5 million to be sure it would clear.
Did you have to kill his dog?
He cooperated so quickly it wasn't necessary. However, I had planned to get more assets out of him, like his house. But Frank messed up. When I asked him after I got the check from Ron, "Is this enough?" he said, "Yes, it's fine." But he was supposed to say, "No, what else do you got?" So I could force Ron to sign over his house. He blew the plan. And once Ron was handcuffed, he lost all his energy. He slumped, began to whimper. He knew he was going to die. We took him into the bedroom, laid him face down on the bed, and Frank shot him in the back of the head. And the sound of a man's last breath leaving his body sounds like... The blood started seeping, so we quickly wrapped him up in the comforter and took him out to the car. We were a little nervous because Frank had shot him before we planned, and Levin was much heavier now since he was dead weight. And when we tried to stuff his body into the trunk of the Mercedes, part of him was sticking up, so we sprung the latch. Eventually, we got to Soledad Canyon to the pit that Frank had dug. We put Levin's body in the hole, took a shotgun, and started shooting the body repeatedly so it would be unrecognizable where found. We shot a lot. And something weird happened. On one of the shots, Levin's brain jumped out of his skull and landed on his chest. It was kind of neat, in a weird way. And something else odd. When we wrapped up Levin's body in the comforter, we also wrapped up the TV remote control, which I threw away. So, one Ron Levin is in a pit in Soledad Canyon, and the other's at the Bradford House Hotel in New York, using Ron Levin's credit cards. Frank will keep a low profile, but definitely establish that Levin was in New York as planned.
That same day, we took the check to the bank and discovered it would take a month for a Swiss check to clear. We opened an account at the World Trade Bank and sent the check through. At the office, Joe made photocopies of the check and gave them out to everyone. It was very exciting.
And Todd, I've got a check for you for $1.5 million, even if it is a photocopy. He may try and cash it.
You'll get a copy of money.
An Oscar one for you.
So Ron Levin finally came through. What did he invest in?
An option on a microgenesis cyclotron.
Joe.
Excuse me.
Long distance from New York, it's Booker. He's in jail.
Frank Booker had run into trouble at the Bradford house in New York. He tried to use Ron Levin's credit cards to pay his hotel bill, but both were overextended. Hotel security had double-locked Booker's door with his luggage inside until he paid his bill.
Sir, what are you doing coming down the stairwell?
The elevator doesn't work.
What's your room number?
426. Get out of my face, man. I gotta catch a limousine.
German, all units, assistance, main entrance, men in tan jacket, back. Come on, man. There are 4 of us, and we're all armed.
Joe went immediately to New York to bail Booker out of jail. We were pretty nervous that Booker had made a critical error.
As security guard at the hotel, you were working the day shift on the date in question.
Yes.
Is the man you had the altercation with in this courtroom?
Yes, he is.
Would you point him out, please?
Right there.
Would Mr. Booker please stand? And this is the man that was registered at the hotel in the name of Ron Levin and tried to escape when you attempted to detain him.
Yes, it is.
Let the record show that this is Frank Booker. Did you see Joe Hunt when he returned from New York to get Booker out of jail?
Yes.
Booker's out, and nothing was blown. Now, you want to tell me what's wrong?
We're almost out of money. Commodities are dead.
So? We got $1.5 million from Levin.
Ron Levin's check bounced. The bank wouldn't cash it.
And when did you first see Joe Hunt when he returned?
He was in our bedroom.
And what was he doing?
He was lying face down on the bed, and he was crying.
Did you ask him what was going on?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. You may tell us.
I'd never seen him that way. Oh, baby. Baby, what is it?
Oh, no. I don't want you to see me like this. Please, please, Amy, leave me alone. I have to get myself together.
What's wrong?
Ron Levin's check didn't go through. He scammed me twice. What am I gonna do about the investors? And the guys? They'll laugh at me. What am I gonna do?
Don't worry. They're your friends, Joe.
They'll laugh at me. They'll really laugh.
Joe, have you called Ron Levin?
Hey, does anybody work here anymore? Joe, can I see you a minute?
Sure.
Are we out of business or what? I mean, I come in here and no one's doing anything. You and Todd used to be here 6:30 every morning trading commodities. Now, it's nothing. And this place used to be cooking. And when I try and get an answer out of Todd, he says, everything's great. What's going on here?
You'll probably find out sooner or later. I killed Ron Levin in New York. It was the perfect crime. You have nothing to worry about. And I have nothing else to tell you.
I didn't know what to believe. I mean, Joe had told so many lies by then. He was always bragging about some feat or other.
Did you discuss what Joe told you with anyone else?
No. But I was present later when it was brought up by Carney about who they should tell.
It took a long time deciding exactly who we could trust. We finally came up with Eric, Brad, Amy, Quebec, Todd, Holmby, me, Booker, and Joe.
This is a meeting of a very sensitive nature. Anyone who wants to leave can. If you stay, you will be held responsible. If you are going to achieve greatness in this world, or keep great wealth, you will have to protect it. And to achieve greatness in the world, you must sometimes transgress the law. Frank Booker and I bumped off Ron Levin. It was the perfect crime.
From Welch's comes the White Fantastic. Welch's white grape juice, made with luscious Niagara grapes. Dashy, splashy, light and bright. Sip the White Fantastic. Welch's white grape juice from America's fruit basket.
Light Fighters, the new light infantry. No matter where you are, in the jungle, the Arctic, the desert, or the mountains, you run out of day before you run out of challenge.
You know, all this talk about building your confidence might sound like a lot of hype. Let me tell you, hype doesn't get you to the top of this rock.
Be all that you can be.
Hey, Gal.
What?
The elevator's here.
Find your future in the army.
Suddenly, your long-distance calling card may be obsolete unless you have the world's first and only fiber optic network card. The phone card, new from U.S. Sprint. Now, without changing phone companies, you can see for yourself that Sprint has the best sound quality possible and savings on every call versus AT&T. Call now. For a limited time, we'll give you one free. The new phone card, only from U.S. Sprint.
Don't look up. Don't look up, says who? Well, I'll look up if I got you now, chicken. How many times do I gotta tell you, son? If you want great chicken, go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's the only place to get America's favorite chicken. You see, the Colonel's secret blend of 11 herbs and spices makes every bite's finger-licking good. So hurry up, son. It's waiting for you. Don't want to miss out.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
Here's your coffee, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you. Were you ever a dancer?
Me? No.
I'll bet you took some lessons.
Actually, I did when I was a kid, and I loved them, but...
What?
Well, I'll tell you, these feet are meant for working.
Well, you make it look like dancing in the aisles.
It must be my Kinney shoes, then.
Whatever you say.
It's been wonderful talking to you.
Please continue, Mr. Carney.
Joe was pacing.
Do you remember when I gave each of you a test? It was about finding a line that you wouldn't cross. And then I gave you a situation in which you crossed it. Well, I just took that test in reality. A situation occurred in which I had to cross that line. And I passed the test. And you all are now a part of it. There comes a time when everybody must cross that line if they are going to achieve their dreams. Now, if anybody goes to the police or anything like that, you'll end up in the East River.
You can drop out or go fishing in the Adirondacks. But don't talk to anyone about this meeting.
No, I didn't understand why Joe Hunt told everybody he'd killed Ron Levin.
I see. Then at that time, how did you interpret his action?
Joe was always seen as sort of like an eagle returning to the nest with food. Food that it had not eaten itself, but was bringing back to the children.
The food being Ron Levin's check for $1.5 million, sir?
Yes. It was a statement. I've done this for you. Now you should follow me all the more.
Absolutely. Let's cut the remarks after the answers. Just ask the questions, Counselor.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Holmby, did you think that a common belief in the paradox philosophy would keep the people in that meeting from revealing what they'd heard?
In my case, it would.
Ah, and would you tell me why?
Because Joe was important to me as a role model. I felt that my success was tied to his success.
Indeed. Now, to go back to Joe Hunt's statement that he killed Ron Levin, how can you tell when a person who follows the paradox philosophy is telling the truth, since lying is part of that philosophy?
I think a person's goals become important in judging whether that person is telling the truth.
Oh, then if Joe Hunt's goal was to pull the group together by saying he killed Ron Levin, he might be lying.
Or telling the truth by bragging. Why bother to commit the perfect crime if you can't tell anybody?
Mr. Fairmont, immediately after Joe Hunt's confession, did you talk with anyone?
No. I was confused. I sort of withdrew into myself. I'm talking into this thing because there's no one I can talk to. Maybe it'll be sort of a diary in case something happens to me. But if Joe and Frank did kill Levin, then anyone I tell is in danger. Chris, Dad, Mom. The problem is, I still don't know if I believe Joe did it. I mean, even though he's told me twice, he's such a manipulator, always bragging for effect. But if he did kill Levin, what do I do? Oh, God. Oh, I want to talk to Chris.
When you went to work the next day after Joe's confession, was Chris Fairmont at the warehouse?
Yes.
Hey, Bud, what's up?
What the hell's the matter?
For all I know, the offices are bugged. I've got to tell you something, and if anybody knows I talked. What is it? Yesterday at the meeting, Joe told us that he and Booker killed Ron Levin.
You're kidding.
This is straight, Chris. This time I believe Joe.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, I always knew the guy was crazy, but... Does Eric know?
He was there.
What did he say?
Nothing. Nobody said much. After Joe told us, he also said the company was broke, commodities are busted. But that if we all rallied together and so forth, he actually managed to turn the meeting into a real rah-rah session. You're broke. I'm broke. Joe and Booker killed Levin. Hey, it's a great company.
And Eric's right in the middle of it.
I don't know where Eric stands. Joe really influences him. I do know that anyone who talks can end up dead.
I gotta talk to my dad. See, Dad, I've even rehearsed how to say this to you, and I still don't know how to make sense out of it.
Just say it, son.
It has just come to my attention that everything I believed about the BBC is a lie. First, I've lost all my money. And now I know you told me that
Anyway, to top it off, I think this guy, Joe Hunt, has killed someone. I don't know what to do.
Where does Eric fit into all of this?
We don't know. I think Eric is completely mesmerized by this guy. You see, how it happened.
I don't want to hear any of the details. Save them for the attorney. If you're involved in it, better try to get you out of it. This is Christopher Fairmont. Walter Thornwell, please. Walter, I think I have a legal matter for you.
No body, no witnesses. And a chronic liar has told you that he killed a man who so far isn't missing. Now, that's real neat, fellas.
We understand the problem. What do we do about it?
Shouldn't we go to the police?
I'll call them and see if Levin is missing. If he's on vacation in the south of France, you're going to look pretty silly. But if he's dead, you're going to need more of those 8 witnesses on your side. And if Joe has the kind of power over them that you say,
Believe it.
then moving too soon without other witnesses would alert Joe to cover his tracks even more. While I'm sounding the police, you go back to work like nothing has happened.
Sure. Piece of cake.
Detective Stoloff, please tell the court how this case came to your attention.
I was working in the detective pool and received a file as a routine report on a missing person.
Hey, I just picked up this report from Missing Persons, maybe a suspected homicide. It was filed by the guy's father after he disappeared, Ron Levin. That name is funny?
No, but this is. Ron Levin's file. I've been working with the DA on an indictment on Levin. Fraud, theft, A to Z scams. Levin's a self-professed con man. Takes pride in it. Quite a character.
Thanks. Con men disappear all the time.
What was your understanding of the financial situation at this time?
Joe explained that the investors' money had been diverted to meet business expenses and that the rest had been lost in the market.
How would you describe the morale?
Bad. One of the reasons for telling everyone about Levin's murder was to pull the group back together, and that didn't happen. Joe thought it might raise morale to have a birthday party at Bob Holmby's. Somehow he got hold of $20,000 cash.
Hey! What do you think of the new furniture? Is this great? Look at this. Okay, guys. Follow me.
Let's go! Come
Okay, guys, new additions to the motor pool. Grab on, check them out.
I like it!
During this time, did you meet Masood Nabodi?
Yes, at Bob Holmby's party. Todd Melbourne had told me that Masood was the son of a very wealthy Iranian. Masood wanted to talk to Joe about the BBC.
And I would be very interested to meet and talk more. My father is a former member of the Iranian parliament. Now he is an import.
As Melbourne told you, our specialty is investing in commodities. What does your father import?
Opium.
There's a commodity.
No offense, monsieur, but drugs aren't my style. I keep the temple pure.
I agree, Mr. Hunt. I was thinking more along different lines also.
Masood's old man's worth millions, but apparently he's a monster. He and Masood hate each other.
What does Masood want?
To take over the old man's assets, force him to sign them over to Masood.
Did he say how?
Masood's the eldest son. That means he can be the conservator if the old man can be forced to sign over the money.
And why would the people in the BBC want to get involved with that?
We were desperate for money to keep the BBC going.
And what was the next thing that was done?
We had a meeting with Masood.
His assets total at least 30 million, maybe more. Throughout his position in the Iranian government, he spirited away money in various places. Switzerland, Germany.
How do we do it?
After a long discussion, we all agreed that we would kidnap him, force him to sign over his assets, and kill him afterwards. We knew we couldn't force him to sign and leave him alive.
Since my father is a bitter enemy of the Ayatollah, it would be easily assumed that it was a terrorist action. Politically motivated.
And no suspicion on us.
Been over a month, and you know who's not even been reported missing.
Okay, Masood. We'll talk among ourselves and get back to you.
After that meeting, were there further discussion among you four as to whether you would do this plan?
We agreed to participate in the plan.
Mr. Kearney, you had only known Masood Nabodi for 2 weeks. Why were you moving so fast?
Money for the BBC.
Mr. Sedgwick, if we may go back a bit to the meeting in which Joe Hunt confessed that he and Booker had bumped off Ron Levin, did you take the threat seriously that Joe Hunt made against anyone who would talk?
Yes.
And was there an occasion in which you discussed his killing Levin?
Yes. While Chris was secretly talking to selected guys about defecting with us, I was trying to feel Joe out to get as much information when we went to the police. Joe was very confident.
I mean, Joe, you know, it was a hell of a shock when you told us, hey, I killed Levin, bang, like that. I mean, I didn't know anything about it.
Brad, don't worry about it. It's covered.
Yeah, but you've got a contract from Levin and a signed check. It seems pretty obvious you were the last person to see him alive.
Look, Brad, they will never find the body. It was a perfect crime.
Stay tuned for some scenes from tomorrow night's dynamic conclusion of Billionaire Boys Club.
We interrupt this cold to bring you this important message. Introducing new NyQuil Cherry flavor. Now people of all tastes can relieve their colds at night. New NyQuil Cherry flavor. NyQuil Relief. Cherry taste.
There's nothing like getting to the bottom of a bowl of soup.
Took you 2 hours to come down.
Puts me in a real good mood. There's nothing like getting to the bottom of a bowl of soup.
Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup. So good. And like most of Campbell's soups, so low in cholesterol.
'Cause at the bottom of it all, soup is good food. Campbell's.
You know how some cereals have a long list of ingredients? Well, not Quaker Oats. It has a list of one ingredient, 100% rolled oats. Quaker Oats. It's the right thing to do.
What you wearing? What you wearing? Underalls.
Nationwide, people are rushing to Yugo's spectacular 100,000 countdown celebration.
I can't believe the deal I got. Now I got a great new car that's reliable for college.
We knew this was our last chance to buy a Yugo at $39.90.
And with this great deal.
We saved even more.
Yugo wants 100,000 satisfied owners, so right now they're dealing to make America's lowest price car even more affordable. Get to your local dealer now. Call 1-800-USA-YUGO. Hurry, it's for a limited time only. These prices and deals won't last.
I can't believe it! We got the picture!
There's only one camera system you can buy that lets you hold the picture in your hand while you still hold the feeling in your heart.
We're with the band!
The Polaroid Spectra system.
No, we're with the band.
Tomorrow night on Billionaire Boys Club.
This man is guilty of murder.
No witnesses, no body. We plan brilliantly.
Remember, guys, you can't beat a good conspiracy.
The investigation begins.
Brad and I have been secretly recruiting others before we go to the police.
Then I declare war on you.
And another murder is in the making.
It's the craziest case I've ever seen. Kids just don't do this.
The shocking conclusion of this year's most bizarre trial. Billionaire Boys Club tomorrow.
I'm Horace Holmes. Channel 2 News Weekend is next. A Baltimore City cab driver is gunned down. We'll have the latest. An earthquake rattles parts of Southern California, but it's man-made. The daughter of jailed South African Nelson Mandela speaks out in Baltimore about the possibility of her father's release. Tony Pagnotti says it's time to get out the galoshes, and Martin White has all today's NFL action. Channel 2 News Weekend is next.
What would you do for $1 million? Would you lie? Would you cheat? Would you kill? They did it all. And now, Judd Nelson in a world premiere miniseries. Last night on part 1 of Billionaire Boys Club.
Our corporation is looking for guys like you who want to start at the top.
It began with an elite group of Beverly Hills rich kids, led by Joe Hunt, a mesmerizing young genius.
$14 million in 6 weeks. That's just a start. They have no idea what we can do.
He conned his rich friends into creating a corporate empire.
Loyalty to the BBC must come first.
But then he was out-conned by a master of the game.
What do we tell the guys?
Tell them nothing. It's absolutely essential that nobody knows that Levin scammed us.
Soon their world began to crumble.
Joe just lost all our money. Why are you listening to him?
Because he has done whatever he has set out to do. And that's more than I can say for the rest of us.
So Joe Hunt hired Frank Booker as part of his plan for the perfect crime.
Joe was always making lists. This list covered every possibility Joe would face killing Ron Levin.
He was determined to get his money back at any cost.
Frank Booker and I bumped off Ron Levin.
It became a conspiracy of terror that tore the group apart and divided two brothers in secrecy.
Anyone who talks can end up dead, and Eric's right in the middle of it. I don't know where Eric stands. Joe really influences him.
It turned into the trial that shocked a nation.
We will now show that this list, written by the accused, Joe Hunt, is part of a plan to murder Ron Levin.
And we have said that all of this will be explained when Joe Hunt takes the stand in his own defense.
But would they ever uncover his deadly secrets?
It was a perfect crime.
And tonight, on part 2 of Billionaire Boys Club.
This man is guilty of murder.
No witnesses, no body. We plan brilliantly.
Remember, guys, you can't beat a good conspiracy.
The investigation begins.
Brad and I have been secretly recruiting others before we go to the police.
Then I declare war on you.
And another murder is in the making.
It's the craziest case I've ever seen. Kids just don't do this.
Based on the true story of this year's most bizarre trial, Billionaire Boys Club.
Mr. Kearney, if we may recap from yesterday. When you were making out this list regarding Mr. Nabodi, you had already determined to kill him after you forced him to sign over his assets?
Yes.
That means in less than 2 months, after Joe Hunt confessed to you that he and Frank Booker had killed Ron Levin, you and Joe Hunt were planning a second murder?
That's correct.
What was your hurry?
The company needed money.
I see. You get away with Levin's murder for $1.5 million. So why not kill Mr. Nabodi for $30 million? Yes, that is big business. Carney, let's go to the final planning session of Mr. Nabodi's kidnapping. Could you be more specific as to why the planning was so elaborate?
Mr. Nabodi lived in Belmont, near San Francisco. We were going to have to drive from Los Angeles, gain access to his house, overpower him, and drive him back here. Also, we needed a place here where he could be held and persuaded to sign over his assets to his son, Masood.
We met at Todd Melbourne's apartment, and the only ones involved were Todd, Joe, Booker, Masood, and myself.
We've got more information. Take notes. First, I've got some investment papers for Nabodi to sign in case he softens when we confront him.
My father is very difficult. He isn't going to sign over his assets willingly. He must be tortured.
I'll be the master of torture. None of you have the emotional constitution to handle it. I'll check the library on torture. You can learn anything in the library.
Once he was mad at my brother. Before my father let my brother back into the house, he made him put out a cigarette in the palm of his own hand.
What kind of folks?
Next, safe house. We'll rent someplace secluded. The torture process may take several weeks.
Todd and I are looking into real estate rentals.
It's going to be expensive. It's during the Olympics.
Chloroform.
Yes, that's mine.
Okay, it leaves a strong odor behind. We should get some air freshener. We don't want to leave that odor in the apartment.
I'll pick that up when I get the liquid adhesive.
Okay. What about Nabodi's bodily functions?
I'll get a bucket and some cat litter. He can use that for a couple of weeks.
Anything else?
I'll buy the trunk, bring it back here, and make sure a man can fit inside.
Okay. Who's getting the delivery man uniforms?
That's me. Also the handcuffs.
Go to the Pleasure Palace. That's where I got the cuffs for Levin. They handle S&M paraphernalia. Anything else?
Opium. He's an addict. And if we're lucky, he may go into withdrawal. Then we can either give it as a reward or withhold it. Whichever is more effective.
I don't know anything about drugs. How much money do you need?
About $2,000.
Fine. That's the list.
Let's go shopping. The plan was to get the items and return that evening and check what we had assembled.
I went to the Pleasure Palace where Joe said he bought the handcuffs for Ron Levin. I purchased a pair for Mr. Nabodi. I also bought a gag. Our plan was to gain entrance into Mr. Nabodi's house by posing as delivery men.
Joe and Melbourne would appear to be delivering the trunk wrapped like a package and addressed to Mr. Nabodi. I spent that entire day covering the items on my list.
We paid cash whenever possible to avoid any record of our purchases.
While this was going on, you had still not told anyone that Joe Hunt had confessed to killing Ron Levin.
No. I was afraid. Not only for myself, but of endangering anyone I might tell. And it was very difficult.
Mr. Sedgwick, to the best of your knowledge, did Chris ever tell his brother Eric that he knew about Joe Hunt's confession?
No. Chris wanted to wait. He wanted to know just how Eric felt about the BBC. Appreciate the ride, buddy. My car isn't going to be fixed until tomorrow.
Well, we probably shouldn't be taking polo lessons anyhow, the way things are going at the office. We already signed up.
So what's happening with Joe?
Oh, you know, it's hard to tell.
Making any progress on commodities?
Frankly, I don't think he's doing too much of anything. I think we may have to wait a while on that $300,000 he promised.
Easy come, easy go. You know, I get the feeling that something's going on. I mean, it's no big secret that business is going to hell, but everybody's acting really weird.
Weird? Things don't seem any stranger than usual. I mean, you know Joe.
Listen, Eric, we've had our differences, but let's be honest. I think the BBC is in real big trouble. What would happen if Joe wasn't there?
I guess Melbourne and I would run the BBC.
You'd stay loyal to the BBC?
Sure. That's all I got. Thanks for the ride. You coming?
Yeah. At least we know where his loyalty lies.
Some more thoughts. I spoke to Chris today, and I think he suspects something about Joe, but... well, if I tell Chris, it could get us both killed. If Joe really did it, but... I can't take the risk of Joe going after Chris. Or any of my family. Why in hell didn't somebody do something about Joe at some point? Why didn't I? I'm somebody.
And did you rent a safe house?
Joe and I looked at several places. They were all unsuitable for one reason or another, till we found a house that seemed perfect.
You could sublet with a deposit for any damage. And there's an unusual feature. Inside the closet of the master bedroom, there's a hidden door that goes down into the basement. Oh, I can't imagine why anyone would want anything like that.
A few days later, I paid $9,000 cash for 6 weeks' rent on the house.
Where were Joe Hunt, Masood, Melbourne, and Booker at this time?
They'd driven to San Francisco and stayed at a motel. After renting the safe house, I flew to San Francisco, and I took a cab and met them at the motel. We recapped our plan. Todd, Joe, and Booker were in delivery outfits. Booker was to gain access to the building and let Joe and Melbourne in the side gate. The trunk was wrapped in brown paper and addressed to Mr. Nabodi for delivery.
Okay, guys, let's go.
Mr. Sedgwick, were you being urged to contact the police at this time?
The lawyer kept calling and told us to be ready to see them.
Hey, I know we agreed to go to the police, but I'm just telling you that I need some more time to... All right, we'll be ready. Just don't rush it, okay? Crackers. First, they don't move fast enough, and then bang!
Police want to see us?
Yeah, he said to be ready anytime, which means we've got to feel Eric out as soon.
Good timing.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
What's up?
Just hanging out, man.
Some more diet soda?
Yeah.
Eric, is there something you want to tell me?
Should we tell him?
If you want to.
Sunday before last was a meeting. And just a few of us were invited. Joe told us that he and Booker bumped off Ron Levin.
I know about it. Brad and I want to secretly recruit some of the other guys before we go to the police.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I thought I was alone. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. All right. Oh, why the hell didn't somebody tell me? Oh, man. Oh, God. You nut. Oh, God. And I can honestly say that moment with Chris was the greatest day of my life.
It's so easy to own Tercel.
1988 Toyota Tercel EZ, only $59.48. The price will take you right back to the 50s.
Who could ask for anything more? Toyota.
This is amazing. I could eat this new Yoplait 150 for any number of reasons. It only has 150 calories, it has no fat, and it tastes better to me than those fat yogurts. But that's not it. I eat it because I want to get in tune with my body. I want to create a balance between good taste and good for you. And I'm going to get into this French leotard.
If you love fruit-on-the-bottom yogurt, but not all the calories, try new Yoplait 150.
These are teeny-weeny calories.
Well, the rules governing the definition of a fresh croissant are quite liberal. Sara Lee would like to make its definition perfectly clear.
Nobody doesn't like Sara Lee.
There's a new Stonewash jean made for a man after his work is done. American Hero Jeans from Wrangler.
I'm sorry you're out there and I'm in here. I wish you could taste this new instant soup, Campbell's Cup. If only they'd invent Taste Division for this tender chicken, these firm, rich noodles, or Aroma Vision for this hearty broth. Campbell's Cup is real soup with no artificial anything. It's just not enough to tell you how good it is. Oh, if only you weren't out there.
New Campbell's Cup, the first instant soup mix good enough to be called Campbell's.
Maybe I could come to your house.
A lot of cough syrups contain an ingredient that has no effect on a cough, alcohol, up to 20%. New Contact Cough Formula has no alcohol and is just as effective for your cough. Now, which would you rather take? Contact.
Mr. Carney, would you please explain about the vehicles you were using and exactly what occurred?
Yes. First, Joe was driving his father's pickup with camper. Masood and Booker were in one of the Mercedes from our company. Masood pulled over and let Booker out so he could gain entrance to the house.
What happened then?
I waited.
For how long?
Must have been about 10 minutes.
After 10 minutes, what happened?
Give us a hand.
Please, let me out, please. I can't, please. Where are you taking me? Let me out of here. Please let me out. Let me out of here. Please. Who are you? Who are you?
Melbourne. It's unbelievable what he did.
What?
Right in the middle of everything, when we're getting ready to chloroform the guy, Melbourne goes into the bathroom and washes his hands. Imagine, at that moment, such a symbolic gesture. It is truly demonstrative of some kind of weakness. Unbelievable. You know, when we were using the chloroform, Booker got woozy. Almost passed out, so Melbourne and I had to finish him. There's the rental.
Because we had to move Mr. Nabodi from the Bay Area to Los Angeles, we rented a larger truck because it was more closable and more secure.
So far, so good. You're gonna stay up in the Bay Area and keep your eyes open, right? We want to hear any reports that is being missing.
I'd better keep an eye out for my father's girlfriend to see what she does.
Now, we're running late. Let's make the switch.
Tell me what you want. What have I done? What did I do? Please, you tell me.
How long did those noises continue from the trunk?
For about an hour. He would stop for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, then start again.
And after an hour, what happened?
All noise from inside the trunk stopped.
And what did you do?
I decided to punch air holes in the trunk so he could breathe.
Then what happened?
Well, there was a point at which the noise from the trunk got very loud. More screaming, yelling. And we were afraid that somebody in a nearby car might hear the sounds. And we didn't know what to do, so we covered the air holes in the trunk so the man inside would fall unconscious again.
What happened when you covered the holes?
In a little while, the noise stopped, and then we uncovered the holes again.
And did the noises start again?
Yes. So, we covered the holes again.
How many times did you repeat this process?
2 or 3 times.
Then what happened?
The truck stopped. Joe said that the rear lights of the rental truck weren't functioning. We felt it was safer to put the trunk back in Joe's pickup than to risk the rental truck being stopped by the highway patrol.
What happened next?
After a while, Joe told me to crawl into the back and check the trunk.
Why?
Because sounds had stopped coming from the trunk, and Joe wanted to see if Mr. Nabodi was still alive.
Check him out.
A lot of hot air rushed out, and I could smell the odor of urine. Couldn't really see inside.
Let me stop you for a moment. Up to this point, had you ever in your life seen Bijan Nabodi?
No, I had not.
When you looked inside, what did you see?
Saw a man in a fetal position with handcuffs on.
I want to show you a photograph and see if you recognize it.
That is the man.
What did you notice about him?
I saw his body was moving some. His stomach was moving sort of up and down, and he was drooling. And I took that to mean that he was still breathing. And so I let the lid close back again, and I got back in the front of the cab.
At this point, were the holes taped or uncovered?
They had been uncovered for quite some time.
How long did you remain in the front this time?
About 5 or 10 minutes.
During this time, did you hear any noises coming from inside the trunk?
No.
Then what did you do?
I crawled back around, and I opened the lid, and I checked for a pulse. I didn't notice a pulse. I wasn't sure if I even knew how to check for a pulse. So I did it a number of times. I felt no pulse, no breath. I looked at him some more, and I noticed that same movement that I had seen before. And I realized that it was probably movement from the truck, rather than breathing. And I think he's dead.
Check again. See if you can give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
And did you check again?
No. No, I didn't.
Why not?
Well, I was scared. But I was also sure he was dead. And I just...
He's dead, Joe. It's not gonna do any good.
Damn.
Guess we blew it.
If I were to describe the taste of Dutch chocolate mint, I'd say it's like mint chocolate chip ice cream melting in a coffee cup.
Dutch chocolate mint, new from General Foods International Coffees.
It's like a candy cane dipped in Bosco.
Yeah. In one of these, and in one of these. One of these lasts longer than all the rest. To Wright's the extraordinary energizer. In one of these, one of these lasts longer than all the rest. To Wright's the extraordinary energizer. It'll surprise ya.
Laboratory tests prove in most devices, Energizer lasts longer than any other battery. New Energizer.
Aunt Jemima Butter Light Syrup. Take a bite. Now, isn't that too buttery thick to be light? Yes. So let's not call it Butter Light, but Butter Thick. Yes, that sounds right. Aunt Jemima Butter Thick. Yes. No, it is Butter Light.
Aunt Jemima Butter Light and Light Syrups.
In the morning.
Now, Sunlight for dishwashers comes in a liquid.
You make me sparkle, glisten, glimmer, and shine. You make me look like I'm something divine. You make me oh so clean, yeah. You leave me spotless.
New liquid Sunlight dissolves quickly and rinses completely, so it gets all your glasses this spotless, even in sunlight.
Yeah, you leave me spotless.
New Sunlight. No liquid gets glasses more spotless.
My baby really changed my life, so I don't have time for a headache. I don't take aspirin or Tylenol. Today it's Advil. Advil gets rid of my headaches, and like Tylenol, Advil doesn't give me minor stomach upset. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Billionaire Boys Club will return following these messages.
Tuesday, terrorism hits the Starbucks office.
Your people will die. They're going to kill those hostages.
The government is paralyzed and Starbucks goes to war.
And if anybody dies, I die with.
It's J.J. Starbucks. Then Torello's birthday is packed with a mob surprise.
A police officer has been shot.
Will they get the goods? And Torello too?
What do you say?
Crime Story, Tuesday.
From the moment children are born, they need the nourishment you find in milk. But did you know milk can lose important vitamins? Unshielded light penetrates plastic containers. In 24 hours, low-fat milk can lose up to 10% of its riboflavin and substantially more of its fortified vitamin A. But paper cartons keep most harmful light out and more vitamins in. Buy your children milk in protective paper cartons and give them more to the gallon.
Cold air and lots of rain. That story tonight on Nightside.
Billionaire Boys Club continues, starring Judd Nelson.
When you told Joe Hunt Mr. Nabodi was dead, what did Joe do?
He was very calm, soothing me because I was upset. He was trying to be positive about the situation.
There are still plenty of things we can do. We still have Masood, he's the key, and he's on our side. We can still manage to get what we want from the situation. The most important thing right now is that Frank Booker not find out that Nobody is dead. Understand? Frank would be really upset if he knew that we'd fouled up our part of the plan. It was something that we could have prevented. I don't want Frank to lose confidence in us or in me. When we get back to Los Angeles, you tell him to go on home, that we'll take Nobody to the safe house. Then we'll tell him something later. Agreed?
And when you got back to L.A. that night, what happened?
It was about 10:30. I told Booker to go on home and we'd see him the next day. Then I picked up a car and some food and met Joe in Melbourne at the safe house.
Where was Mr. Nobodi's body when you got there?
In the entry hall.
So as the eldest son, Masood has access to his father's assets. I'll get the paperwork started. No one has to know that Mr. Nobody is dead. A conservatorship can be signed over to Masood anytime Mr. Nobody chooses. We only need our attorneys to prepare the papers, and then we can forge Mr. Nobodi's signature, and then Masood can claim the assets.
And what did you discuss in terms of what to do with the body?
Mostly whether or not it was necessary for the body to be destroyed or merely disposed of in such a way that if it were found, it wouldn't matter much.
And Masood has said again and again how his father had many enemies in Iran, even the Ayatollah himself. So if he disappears...
It wouldn't point the finger at us. It could be anyone.
Then it wouldn't appear necessary to destroy the body in this situation.
In this situation as compared to what?
As compared to the situation with Ron Levin's body. So we decided that it wasn't necessary to destroy Mr. Nobodi's body. Later that night, we loaded the body into the pickup so he could take it somewhere. Todd went home. We had talked about taking it up to Soledad Canyon to dispose of it.
We'll take him to the same place we took Ron Levin's body. I know it well. I used to come up here a lot and shoot targets.
We came to a place in the road where there was a sort of plateau and a steep drop off the side.
Did you go directly home?
No. We stopped in Silmar and a couple of other places to throw out items like the trunk and some other stuff that was evidence.
How?
We just threw it out the window as we went along and in various dumpsters. And then we went home.
What happened when you told Masood about his father?
He wanted to see the body to make sure he was dead, but we'd already disposed of it.
What steps did you take to gain control of Mr. Nobodi's assets?
Nothing at first, since we weren't supposed to know anything about his disappearance. His sudden death caused a change in plans, so all we could do was wait until somebody contacted us.
And were you making plans for when you went to the police?
Yes. Chris, Brad, and I worked out a plan prior to going.
I moved out of the Wilshire yesterday to get away from Joe. I told him I wanted to move in with Pamela.
Oh, did he buy it?
I don't know. Point is, with me moved out and Chris and me working at the plant, we're totally outsiders now.
That means you're the only one with access to the documents that we need to take to the police.
Super spy, that's me. It'll be tricky.
Well, while you're playing James Bond, Brad and I will go talk to the others.
What others? Who do you think you can trust who won't go running back to Joe? And if you guess wrong, bang, bang.
Toby Quebec?
We've known him the longest.
That's no guarantee.
Well, definitely not Carney, Holmby, or Melbourne.
Great. You guys are running out of people already.
Let us worry about the defectors. You just be careful at the office and keep Joe's confidence in you.
Man, they catch you copying documents.
You know, Joe was right. Life is getting like a movie.
And the next day, I really got a shock.
Look, you give us the mind sight, and we'll show you what the cyclotron can do. Okay. All right, I'll call you back. Thanks. We got a shot. On-job testing in Arizona with the cyclotron.
Great, and it's about time. Are you finished with the phone? I'm gonna give Ron Levin a call. You wanna do it?
Levin?
I call his answering machine every day and leave a message. You know, hi Ron, this is Joe. Aren't you back in town yet? Cyclotron's going great. Give me a call and so forth. It shows that we're trying to get in touch with him about his investment.
So when the police find out?
If the police find out. Can you believe that nothing has happened yet?
Here they are, Joe. What do you think?
It needs work. What do you think, Eric?
What is it?
Levin signed a check in the wrong place. Bastard scammed us again.
The bank is still holding on to the original. I think that the funds still may come in to cover it. We're running another check through.
A forgery?
You think forging a signature is easy? Here. That's my signature over there, and that scrawl there is Carney's attempt. You're hopeless, Dean? Go ahead. Try and forge my signature. Do several. Get the feel. You're worse than Dean.
I guess some people just don't have the touch.
I can't believe you forged Joe's signature.
I had to make them think I'm still on their side. It wasn't any good.
Yeah, but what if they kept it to use it against you?
Like how?
They now have a copy of your attempt to forge Joe's signature. Think like Joe. They can use it against you. Wheels within wheels, man.
When are you going after the documents?
Well, any night. I mean, I've been staying there late, making calls and watching movies.
You better move soon.
Will you give me a break? Yeah, I just did my first forgery. God.
About a week or so after Mr. Nabodi's death, Masood received a call from his mother that his father was missing. Since he was the oldest son, she wanted him to take charge.
What was done?
We went to our lawyers.
And Masood, as a new member of the BBC, has asked for our help. His father is missing. He wants us to prepare the paperwork for a conservatorship. He wants access to his father's papers and so forth. There is a sizable estate.
Where?
Belmont, near San Francisco. We really need you guys to get moving on this one, okay?
We can do it, Joe. You got it today.
Great. Thank you.
With copies of the conservatorship papers, we split into 4 teams. We searched all the banks in the Belmont area in one day looking for any of Mr. Nabodi's assets.
What did you find?
2 closed bank accounts.
We've pretty much drawn a blank, but using the conservatorship, I was able to get some papers the police were holding from my father's apartment.
Who do the police think did it?
Terrorists. The FBI has been brought in, and they're pretty sure that the Iranian terrorists did something to my father.
We do have one lead on the assets. Tell them, Masood.
According to the papers I have, there seems to be 1 or 2 accounts in Switzerland. I don't have the numbers, but...
It was decided by the group that Melbourne and Masood should go to Switzerland and search for the account. We needed to prepare 1 more document.
I'll need you to notarize this so we can register it at the Swiss consulate. You can probably tell that that's not Mr. Nabodi's signature. It's not? No, you see, there was an identical unlimited power of attorney executed by Mr. Nabodi for Masood, but it was lost, all this mess with the terrorists. Anyway, this signature has been forged from these original signatures. Now, which do you think is closest?
I don't know. This one, I guess.
Good. Now, Masood has to have that to present to the Bank of Switzerland, so notarize it.
Joe, Mr. Nabodi's supposed to be standing in front of me when I do this.
Look, not even the FBI can find Mr. Nabodi, and the terrorists didn't take the time to have him sign over another power of attorney, okay? I'm sorry. Now, will you please notarize this so we can get things moving for Masood?
So Melbourne and Masood left for Switzerland.
I'd established a pattern of staying late at the office. Finally, it was time to turn over what we had to the police. Hi, Eric, Fremont.
Brad Sedgwick. Okay, boys, it's your move. About 2 months ago, on June 6th, a guy named Ron Levin disappeared. Now, on that night, 2 men, Joe Hunt and Frank Booker, went to his house. They put a gun to his head, made him sign a business contract and a check for $1.5 million.
Here's a copy of the contract and the check.
I found it. So that's what makes your sister's hair so pretty. Shh. Alberto V05 Shampoo.
With 5 special ingredients.
3 for cleansing, 2 for manageability. V05 Shampoo.
Makes my hair do what I want it to.
Introducing Toyota Corolla for 1988. Dramatic new looks that'll literally stun you. Performance that'll surprise you. And value that is legendary. For 1988, it's a whole new dimension for Corolla. Toyota quality. Who could ask for anything more?
Toyota! I want something round and crisp and buttery tasting. When I want a cracker, I want a Ritz.
Golden buttery Ritz Crackers. They're delicious anytime.
When you want a cracker, you want a Ritz.
Thanks, son.
Wheat thins, something like a crackle, but more like a snack. Oh, they're thin and square and they're light as air and they're honest to goodness Ritz smackers. Just for you snackers, something like a crackle, but more like a snack.
When you're spending a few days alone, fresh breath is not a pressing problem. But tartar is. That's why there's new Colgate Tartar Control mouthwash. It's even more than a mouthwash. By rinsing, its proven formula fights ugly tartar buildup, which is smart even when you're alone. It also refreshes your breath, which is smart when you're not alone. New Colgate Tartar Control mouthwash. There's more to a clean mouth than clean breath.
Poor Barbara. It's time to go to work.
Come on.
But her cold medicine made her drowsy. If only she could go back and take Sudafed instead. Sudafed. Relief begins in 22 minutes without drowsiness.
Billionaire Boys Club will return following these messages.
Tuesday, a wrestler's pinned with a murder rap.
I didn't do it.
Can Matlock unmask a ringside slayer?
Get out of there! Get out of there!
Dick Butkus sports a Matlock mystery Tuesday.
Good evening, I'm Sally Thorner reporting to you live from the Channel 2 newsroom. Here's what we're working on for Nightside. Police say what was once believed to be a stillborn baby found in a dumpster was indeed murdered. A woman fires shots out of her home, holding police at bay. We'll tell you how this Northwest Baltimore barricade situation holds a neighborhood hostage. Also from the streets of the city, cab drivers fight to make a buck in the shadow of fear. Jamie Costello rides with a cabbie to find out just how this weekend's cabbie murder is changing how they do business. Now this.
Time to make the donuts.
Time to make the donuts.
Great donut makers aren't born, they're made.
We made the donuts.
Also on Nightside, City Council laments its Question K loss, the selling of Baltimore to tour guides nationwide. Senator Dole announces what we've all known for some time. Cal Ripken Jr., free agent or not? And nasty weather headed our way. Join Ken and me for Nightside after the Billionaire Boys Club. I'll see you later.
Oh, I used to listen to that top 40 station, but after a while, the same 4 songs over and over, it gets so, you know. Anyway, then I found Mix 106.5. It's the radio station that plays the best mix of songs from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. They play a lot more music, and it's just so much more.
WMIX Mix 106.5, Baltimore's best mix of the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
And they play 10 in a row.
Presenting a delicious new reason not to cook. It's new Holly Farms oven roasted chicken. It's already cooked. Try it for the 3 hours later and it's still not the frosted reason. Delicious. Or the I'd rather be golfing reason. Yes, the best reason to serve new Holly Farms oven roasted chicken is the taste. But there's always the I've had it with fast food reason. New Holly Farms oven roasted chicken, a delicious new reason not to cook.
Benson and the gang are stranded in the mansion on Halloween night, tonight at 12 on Channel 2.
Billionaire Boys Club continues, starring Judd Nelson.
Well, fellas, this is one hell of a preposterous, complicated... All I've got on Levin is a missing persons filed by his father. All you've got is a man who says he killed Ron Levin, but follows a what?
Paradox philosophy.
Which is basically lying when it's to your advantage. So you say Joe Hunt confessed this to 9 people in order to pull them all together. I can just see me trying to explain that to the DA.
What about that check? And then the contract?
Could be legitimate. You can't prove they aren't. Look, we've got a pretty big book on Levin. He travels all the time. He leaves suddenly, comes back the same way. He could be out of town.
You think we're lying?
I didn't say that. But you said Joe Hunt lies. And you guys follow the same philosophy, right?
Not anymore.
Unless that's a lie. In this case, we'll need corroboration before we can arrest anyone. Now, look, you guys have done a great job so far. But we'll need more of those 9 people Joe confessed to come forward. Even 1 or 2. Can you talk to them?
We can try.
And if you come across any other paperwork, that would be helpful.
So in other words, what you're saying is just keep doing what we've been doing.
While we work from our end. If we arrest Joe Hunt without enough evidence to make it stick, Joe's out.
And our ass is grass.
Hey,
When are you guys gonna move this monster?
Just a few days. We get our first shot in Arizona.
That's really exciting. Almost like watching grass grow. So what do you guys want to talk to me about?
We've gone to the police. Eric, Brad, and me.
About what?
Everything. Ron Levin. The security scam, and anything else we can get to nail Joe with. You in or out?
All right, I'm with you. What do you want me to do?
Nothing yet. Just be ready to go to the police when they want to talk to you.
And get your hands on any paperwork involving Joe doing anything illegal.
Who else have you talked to?
Well, you're it so far.
Got any ideas?
Yeah. Oscar Rastelli.
Rastelli?
The attorney? I thought he was behind Joe all the way.
I don't think so. Let me feel him out before you guys talk to him.
Be careful. If one word gets back to Joe.
I'm always careful. I'm gonna start carrying a gun.
What was happening at this time in getting control of Nabodi's assets?
We hadn't heard anything positive from the guys looking for the bank accounts in Switzerland, so there wasn't much for us to do but wait.
Was there any other business activity?
Commodities were dead. Joe had sent out some more fake monthly statements, but the cyclotron was more promising. Chris and Brad were taking it to a mine site in Arizona. It was quite an event for us.
Yeah, let's get a move on here. Looking
Slowly.
good.
Slowly.
Easy.
Ease it in. Little to the right. Okay,
Finally.
Ease it down now, slowly.
I was beginning to think that the Three Stooges would never get one installed. Good luck.
Hey, if only was here, we could have a party. Anybody bring champagne?
We should make sure that the fence is secure. We wouldn't want anyone to steal the cyclotron out from under us. I mean, maybe we should put a guard on it.
We're having a lock installed.
I spoke with Quebec. He said that we should talk.
Yeah? Unless you want to go down with the good shit BBC.
You've already been with the police?
You better decide where you stand, Oscar.
What do you want me to do?
Pick a side.
I just did. I'm with you.
Start collecting all the paperwork you can on Joe. And be ready to take it to the police as soon as they're ready.
First, I gotta go to San Francisco for a few days with Booker. More red tape about Masood Nabodi's missing father.
That's good. That'll keep Joe from getting suspicious.
Are you Ron Levin's father?
Yes.
Would you please tell the court what happened when Lieutenant Stoloff contacted you?
Lieutenant Stoloff made an appointment with me to enter my son's home. Lieutenant, before you look around, I found some papers that are very puzzling to me.
May I see them?
They're in here.
Put gloves on, close blinds, tape mouth.
Handcuff, kill dog. Have you been looking around the house?
Yes.
Did you find any other paperwork with these names? Eric Fairmont, Chris Fairmont, Joe Hunt.
Yes, Joe Hunt. I found these papers on the floor between the wastebasket and the wall, and that name, Joe Hunt. Here.
Is this your son's handwriting?
Not at all. Oh, and going through his papers, I found something else. A folder with the name Joe Hunt. It's a contract between my son and Joe Hunt.
Thank you.
The night we got back from the Arizona mine site, I paid another visit to the BBC office.
Night.
When you returned from your trip to San Francisco with Mr. Booker, were you compelled to take a course of action?
Yes. We were discussing the BBC's financial problems.
So far, we're living off investors' money. If things don't get any better, we'll close down in 5 months. But the Nabodi money should pull us out.
What do you mean?
The week before Nabodi disappeared, me and this dude went up to San Francisco. It was all planned out by Joe, Carney, Milborn, Massoud, and me.
What did you do?
We took the old man from his apartment to another place to get him to sign over everything to Massoud in one of those, what do you call it? What is it called?
Conservatorship.
Yeah, right. During the hassle with the old man, he had a heart attack or something and died. As soon as they get everything straightened out, the BBC will get half of what Massoud gets. Then we're back on Easy Street. Don't tell anybody I told you.
Chris? Hey, that's my date. Could you let her know I'm almost ready?
Oscar!
Hi, come on in. You just back from San Francisco?
Yeah, just.
Oscar, you're a lawyer. You are not going to believe what happened to us today. We got called down to the police station. We think they're going to arrest Joe Hunt, right? They end up fingerprinting us. Is that unreal?
Chris. Is anybody else here?
Eric? What is it?
I just got through talking with Booker. Joe did it again. He's killed somebody else. Massoud Nabodi's father.
Eric, get in here.
Booker just told me Joe Hunt had him kill Massoud's father.
What kind of crazy hell is this?
Come in.
Joe? Somebody's stealing documents.
There are over 500,000 doctors, and they catch colds just like you. For their own achy colds, more doctors in a nationwide survey said they take the formula in Dristan than the formulas in these others combined. Yes, the Dristan formula.
Alpha team, aggressor tank spotted.
In a battle drill, you need horsepower, firepower, people power. That's teamwork.
Moving tank, track front, 2,000.
This team uses a computer, thermal sight, laser rangefinder.
Ah!
Yeah!
All that you can.
When we win, the whole tank wins. The whole team wins, not just one person.
Find your future in the Army.
I can't sleep with leftovers lingering here.
Luscious lasagna. Your flavor locks safely in a Ziploc storage bag. Tomorrow, I'm gonna gobble you up.
It is tomorrow.
Ziploc, we've got the lock on food protection.
You love your Sunbeam Oscar food processor.
Yes, but I wish they made a bigger one.
They do.
A big Oscar.
More capacity, more power, and it's still easy to use. Big Oscar, now with a 30-day money-back guarantee.
1983, Lee Iacocca set the goal for Chrysler. We have one and only one ambition, to be the best. Today, Chrysler has the highest customer satisfaction of any American car company. Who says so? Not Lee Iacocca, J.D. Power and Associates. They surveyed over 20,000 owners of 1986 cars. In overall product quality and dealer service, Chrysler is the undisputed leader over Ford and GM. Undisputed.
A woman's day never stops, which may be one reason women suffer from constipation. That's why there's today's Correctol. Its gentle overnight action works effectively to help you feel like yourself again. Today's Correctol works gently, works effectively.
Sunday.
Dig up what you can on Mason.
Sounds serious. Who killed the king of sleaze? The reporter he fired?
He's not getting away with this.
The blackmailed banker? Simple arithmetic. The jilted lover?
Stay away from me, Mr. Mason.
Or was it improper opinion? Perry Mason in a case of the scandalous scoundrels, Sunday.
Washington, Warsaw, Moscow, Managua, Beirut, Bangkok, Cairo, London, Lima, Paris, Beijing, Tokyo. Tom Brokaw and the NBC Nightly News.
Dean, would you come in here quickly, please? Who is taking documents?
I'm not sure.
So, guess. Some documents are missing.
Eric has been hanging around at night a lot. And last night, he was in the file area. And today I had to go in and check something for the corporate minutes for microgenesis. And they're gone.
When did you last see them?
Yesterday. I'm the only one who needs them.
Mm-hmm. Eric. Okay. Let's tell everyone to keep an eye on Eric. Chris is already a lost cause, and he may have corrupted Eric. I want to think about this.
We were asked to meet with the police for a second time. This time there was Chris, myself, Quebec, Brad Sedgwick, and Rastelli. There were detectives from the Beverly Hills Police, the Belmont Police, the FBI, and even the SEC. I never saw so many cops in my life.
Developments which actually split this case into several investigations. Now, I know we all have different ground to cover. Now that Mr. Rastelli's report on Nabodi involves the District Attorney's Special Task Force. Okay, what about the FBI?
Well, our first concern is seeing if Nabodi's body was taken over a state line. We still haven't dropped the possibility of a political terrorist assassination. And we're up to our ears protecting the Olympics.
What terrorists? All I know is what Booker told me, and I told the FBI that before I talked to Eric and Chris.
After looking at the commodities documents you guys brought, the SEC needs to get rolling. We take a totally different approach than homicide investigation.
May I ask a dumb question?
Sure.
Is anyone going to arrest Joe Hunt?
Yes, Chris, just hang in there. Look, maybe we better split up. The FBI and the DA's office take Quebec and Rastelli into the other room on the Nabodi murder. The rest of us will stay here on the Levin homicide.
Okay, where did the SEC violations and securities fraud go?
Take the conference room on the second floor. This is getting crazy.
Can you believe this all started with a bunch of spoiled brats playing businessmen with their old high school buddies?
I had supposed that the missing documents were being stockpiled, but I had no idea that they were now with the police. And Joe was very concerned about the documents.
The Three Stooges are leaving tonight to deliver the cyclotron to another mine site.
The Three Stooges?
I've asked them to drop by tonight for a little heart-to-heart before they go, okay?
Okay. You want me to invite some girls?
They'd be out of place.
What happened when you arrived?
Well, Joe, Bob, and Connie were there. We were scared.
Why?
We were leaving. And this was going to be Joe's last chance to do something to us.
Did you have plans to go somewhere else after you dropped the cyclotron machine off?
Yes, we were leaving for good. We were leaving the BBC and just hiding out until the police investigated the whole thing.
Some documents are missing. If I find out who took them, I will break his hands.
Joe, I don't know who took the documents.
I'd rather go to hell than screw with the BBC.
Look, guys, we have a truck outside loaded with a cyclotron and a long ride ahead of us. Can we just get back to work?
Remember, guys, you can't beat a good conspiracy.
Let's get the hell out of here.
And where did you take the machine?
Well, first to the mine site. But later we hid it. It was our last shot to keep Joe from making any money on it. The idea was to squeeze the BBC. And then we took off cross-country to Mammoth Lakes.
Why?
We didn't want to end up dead. So we hid out. See, Joe had always said that if we wanted to drop out, we could go fishing in the Adirondacks. So we went fishing in Mammoth Lakes. We kept telephoning every couple of days like we were reporting from the mine site. We were really calling to see if Joe had been arrested, figuring that if he had, someone in the office would tell us. But that wasn't what happened.
You know, Joe, we don't really know that Eric took any documents, but if he did, they'd probably still be at his apartment.
The thought had occurred to me.
I'd hate to have to break and enter.
I have a key.
Anything?
Negative.
This is Vince Stoloff. Please call 555-4951 regarding the Hunt case.
Beverly Hills Police, Detective Division, may I help you?
You already have.
Corning's see-through Vision saucepan withstands heat that turns ordinary saucepans into sauce. Best of all, it lets you see your meal before it's all over. Visions by Corning. It's visibly superior.
Children love showing off good grades, and they're entitled. It's hard work. But with Speak and Math from Texas Instruments, it isn't all work and no play. Speak and Math's fun activities and 3 levels of difficulty motivate kids.
That's right.
To learn at their own pace, from basic math to decimals.
That's correct.
No, we can't promise A's, but if we can help your child do better in math, it's worth a try. Speak and Math from Texas Instruments.
Both of these stop the symptoms of a cold. But 12-hour contact works twice as long as Actifed tablets. So if you're sneezing, congested, or have a runny nose, which would you rather take? Until there's a cure, there's Contact.
When I'm through with you, you're gonna be history. I'm gonna eat you up.
Nothing takes care of a mean appetite like Campbell's Chunky.
I'm gonna eat you up.
Campbell's Chunky, it takes care of the meanest appetites.
If you like bananas, you're gonna love new Dole Pine Orange Banana Juice.
I've got a feeling today's the day. Wanna get going in a different way. The perfect vacation from orange juice is Dole. The perfect vacation from orange juice is Dole.
Get away with new Dole Pine Orange Banana, the only fruit juice made with ripe banana, refreshing orange, and Dole 100% pure pineapple juice.
The perfect vacation from orange juice is Dole.
He was actually courteous?
Yes.
But he was a car salesman.
He was a Toyota salesman.
It's important to you,
John.
It's important to us. Common courtesy, just one aspect of the Toyota touch.
Billionaire Boys Club will return following these messages.
On A Year in the Life, a wild mother-in-law is driving a husband and wife apart.
She's like some aging hippie.
What gives you the right to judge people anyway? I mean, who do you think you are?
But when her Greek lover arrives,
He says he can't live without me.
will it turn the whole family upside down?
Over my dead body.
The Emmy-winning A Year in the Life, Wednesday.
We were in trouble, trapped, and getting thirsty. Not to worry, the intrepid explorer never fails. Settle down, Billy. Have some sunny delight. Ah, just in time.
Nothing else excites you like?
These little bottles sure come in handy.
Nothing else delights you like Sunny Delight. In handy 8-ounce bottles.
If you sell to businesses, where should you advertise? Right here, in the Bell Atlantic Business-to-Business Directory. It's like a giant supermarket where business goes shopping for suppliers. The only book you need to advertise your products, services, and brand names. Do your own supermarketing. Advertise here, in the Bell Atlantic Business-to-Business Directory from C&P Telephone. It's open for business every business day. Sure, right this way, right?
Good evening, Ken Matz reporting live from the Channel 2 newsroom. Coming up tonight, the latest from Northwest Baltimore, where a woman continues to hold police at bay from inside her house. She has a gun. Shots have been fired. So far, no injuries. What the president had to say about the talking with the enemy of his freedom fighters, the Sandinista government of Nicaragua. And Robert Dole confirms those rumors. He is running for president. Now this.
People who tune up cars for sparks go to sleep with a clear conscience. Can you say the same for the guy that tunes up your car? Sparks, an honest tune-up at an honest price.
Rain in the forecast, and Cal Ripken may be a baseball free agent in less than 2 hours. Join us for Nightside tonight.
Billionaire Malcolm Forbes and other media giants next on here.
Tomorrow Club continues, starring Judd Nelson.
After 2 weeks of hiding out, did you come back?
Yes. We're out of money and clothes.
And what happened?
We were scared because Joe still hadn't been arrested, and we didn't know what was going on. And we didn't want Joe or Booker to know that we'd slipped back into town.
Hi, Joe. Hi, guys. How are you? How was your trip? Chris, I don't think it's working out. You seem unhappy, and I think that it would be best for everyone concerned if you were to leave the BBC. Brad, I think that goes for you as well. Eric, we've had our differences, but you can stay in the BBC. Get in. Let's go someplace where we can talk.
No, Joe, I'm out. I don't want any more to do with it.
That's accepted. But we all have some unfinished business to discuss. Let's meet at the warehouse in an hour.
Let's not. It's a little too isolated.
Eric? Do you have some documents that you took?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we formed Trans Allied Cars? Some of the guys turned their pink slips over, so the car inventory would seem larger than it was. Your cherry Corvette. Let's trade. You give me the documents that you took, and I'll give you your pink slip. Otherwise, we own it.
I can't give you the documents, Joe.
Have you been to the police?
No.
Who's Stoloff?
Oh, Stoloff. He's a guy from the SEC investigation. We haven't talked to him.
Well, then you shouldn't leave messages from him on your answering machine. Hi, this is Detective Stoloff. Beverly Hills Police, 555-4951, homicide. You guys are amateurs at this sort of thing. Ron Levin is my dear friend. He gave me this platinum Rolex for my birthday. How could you actually believe that I killed him?
I can't return the documents, Joe.
Then I declare war on you. How the hell did he know we'd be back?
After Joe's threat, we bought a gun and made plans to stay mobile. We'd move every 2 nights, taking turns sleeping, waiting for word that Joe had been arrested.
In your discussions with Joe Hunt, what was his attitude about what the Fairmonts had done?
The increased tension caused Joe to make a lot of plans.
Another option is to make it appear that Chris Fairmont killed Ron Levin.
How?
By sticking to the story that Chris borrowed one of the cars one night, and the next day, some of us noticed that the trunk was damaged, which it actually was, with Levin. We'll say we smelled some vomit in the trunk, and Chris gave us some lame excuse about being drunk, and when we looked in the trunk, we found the TV remote control on the floor. Okay?
Now, Brad Sedgwick.
We can plant stories that Brad has some especially disgusting sex habits, real perversion stuff, straight out of Marquis de Sade. And if Amy can say that Brad has attacked her from time to time, and when she spurned him, it made him mad, real crazy. And then we can kill Brad's girlfriend.
Kill Pamela?
In some sexually gruesome way. Naturally, suspicion will fall on Brad, and one more problem is neutralized.
But it wasn't discussed beyond that. Nobody wanted anything to do with a plan like that.
Mr. Prescott, as district attorney in San Mateo County, would you tell us how you became involved in this case?
Came to us as a routine request because it was suspected that Mr. Nabodi was a victim of terrorists. Later, we talked with Special Agent Ben McQueen of the FBI.
Nelson, it was crazy as hell. My office had been investigating Nabodi as an international terrorist victim. Suddenly, there I am listening to a bunch of Beverly Hills brats saying he was simply killed for his money. And this same Joe Hunt is suspected of killing Ron Levin only weeks before for $1.5 million. These old snots have one hell of a way of solving corporate debts.
Ben, can you leave the documentation they gave you? Maybe I can follow a paper trail.
Just don't be surprised where it leads. In 20 years, it's the craziest case I've ever seen. Kids just don't do this.
We searched the court records of San Mateo County, and Officer Henley and I began piecing things together.
The conservatorship papers are properly documented. And the power of attorney. All in order.
Why are these BBC guys being so nice to Massoud and Nabodi? First, they have the BBC attorneys draw up all this paperwork. Then they split into teams and canvass all the banks in the area. Does it help a friend?
Los amigos. Mi casa, su casa.
And here's a declaration. A good amigo, Joe Hunt, traveled to San Francisco with Massoud to investigate Nabodi's disappearance. What a guy.
It's not against the law.
And does Joe Hunt love paperwork, contracts, conservatorships? And Ron Levin signs this check to Joe for $1.5 million. Apparently, Joe's a magician. You sign something and he makes you disappear.
We wanted to arrest Joe at this time, but considering the complications, the DA was understandably cautious. Finally, I got the call.
Right away. Let's pick up Joe Hunt.
Joe Hunt, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. The suspect, Joe Hunt, was booked and interrogated. He freely answered questions about his various corporations and about his friendship and business dealings with Ron Levin.
And concerned Ron Levin's future involvement with Microgenesis, which obviously explains the $1.5 million check.
Have you ever been to Ron Levin's house?
Yes. At least 100 times.
Was he cooperative?
Well, he answered all questions freely and at some length, and was not at a loss for words.
What do you know about these?
I don't know anything about them.
Did you write them?
On an issue like this, I'd like to confer with my attorney.
When we heard Joe was arrested, we went crazy.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
We're calling the BBC, pretending to be investors who want to scramble their brains about Joe being in jail.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Hunt, please. Don't tell me he's not there, young lady. I'm sick and tired of getting the runaround. I'm an investor. I've got a great deal of money invested with his company. I want to speak to Mr. Hunt.
I'm sorry, sir, but Hunt is away on a business trip.
She says he's on a business trip.
Will you tell Mr. Hunt that I'm demanding a meeting of all the investors face to face? Do you understand me? What did you say your name was?
While Joe was in jail, did he contact you?
He called several times on the assumption that the calls were being monitored and taped.
Your recollections are going to be very important, Dean. Especially where we were on the night of June the 6th. Now, look, I'm not certain. Didn't we go see a film that night?
Yeah, I think we did. Let me check. I think we went with Amy.
Was this true?
No.
And after you had that conversation, did at some point Joe get out of jail?
When we heard it, we couldn't believe it.
Okay, 2 nights at Duran's house in Palm Springs and 2 nights at my parents in the marina, then where?
Well, there's a place in Orange County we can stay a couple nights.
How long do you guys think we can keep this up?
As long as we want to stay alive.
You know what I'm gonna be when I grow up?
Dying to know.
A homicide cop. Because the people that report the crimes end up doing all your work for you.
That's tacky, Chris. It's tacky. I prefer to think that we don't fully understand the problem, because nothing I understand is this weird. Okay, guys, let's hear for the Three Stooges.
Did you talk with Joe Hunt after he got out of jail?
Yes, and he was very confident.
Amy, why don't you go get us some deli sandwiches? Mix it up. Lots of pickles. And whatever you want for yourself.
So how did it go?
Not bad, really. Limited facilities. I washed my socks in the sink. I kind of enjoyed talking to Detective Stoloff.
What was he like?
Kind of stupid. I got particular enjoyment out of telling Detective Stoloff that he hadn't done very good police work. There was one bad moment. Those 7 pages of notes on the plan for Levin. The police have them. I was rather surprised. Shocked, really.
How did the police get hold of that?
No idea. I may have even left them behind myself. But you know, even political terrorists sometimes make mistakes in the most well-thought-out crimes. Anyway, I managed to mask my reaction when he showed them. But the police didn't charge me with anything. Even with the pages, they still have reasonable doubt. We planned brilliantly. No body, no witnesses, full documentation. Even if only a couple of us stick to the story, we will still create reasonable doubt in any jury. Back to business. Any word from Massoud or Melbourne in Switzerland?
We just heard from Melbourne. He found a Swiss account.
What led the paper trail of the Naboti murder to Switzerland?
I got a lead from the FBI about a Mr. Barbarian, friend of the victim, Naboti. So I set up a meeting.
Bijan Naboti was a close friend, even from the old days. We've done business for years with Martin Ludens, a Swiss bank manager. Ludens sent me a copy of this power of attorney, assigned to Massoud Naboti, Bijan's son.
Why did Ludens give it to you?
He suspects fraud. So do I.
Why?
I don't believe that is Bijan's signature. I know Bijan would never, ever sign his assets over to his son.
Why not?
Bijan despised his son.
And what happened?
We gathered every piece of paper we could lay our hands on. And Melbourne's credit card showing motel reservations in Belmont before and after Naboti disappeared. And phone bills from Joe Hunt's apartment at nearby motels all around the time of the victim's disappearance. And the date of the power of attorney is April 16, and Naboti's girlfriend said he couldn't have signed it then because they were in Mexico. And
Okay. You've got enough. Tell it to the judge. Maybe he'll believe it.
What are you doing?
Calling Judge Luther Hotchkiss to get that conservatorship revoked. Now.
Nelson, he'll kill us. It's 3 a.m.
Yeah, but it's noon in Switzerland.
I wonder if waking a judge in the middle of the night constitutes contempt.
Hello? Judge Hotchkiss? Nelson Prescott. Sorry to bother you. The time? It's 3:05. Good morning. A quick response by Judge Hotchkiss revoked the Naboti conservatorship. I immediately contacted the Swiss bank manager in Geneva, blocking the transfer of funds, just as Melbourne and Naboti were about to receive payment. We now had enough evidence to act on. That Bijan Naboti died at the hands of Todd Melbourne, Dean Carney, Massoud Naboti, Joe Hunt, and Frank Booker. I therefore pray for the issuance of arrest warrants.
Joe, I need to talk to you.
Can't wait, Dean. I'm running an errand.
I'm moving out. Out of the apartment. The stress of everything. I can't eat or sleep.
Where will you go?
My mother's for a while.
We'll discuss this when I get back.
Where are you going?
The courthouse. I still have my briefcase from the arrest.
Joe Hunt, I have a warrant for your arrest for the murder of Ron Levin.
Freeze, Booker, police! On your knees, down. All right, on your stomach. Check him out. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
I moved in with my parents after Joe's arrest. I was very upset and losing weight and throwing up all the time. I finally got an attorney, and he secured a police report on the murder of Mr. Naboti.
And you have been granted immunity, so you would disclose what you know.
Yes.
What caused you to come forward?
Something I saw in the police report brought home to me what I had done. I had participated in killing a man. There was a picture of him in that report. And then I remembered what his body looked like. And it was a pretty consciousness-raising experience.
You've got to love that plus. Who wants a diaper that's minus the plus?
Introducing Ultra Pampers Plus. It's going to make you think twice about your diaper.
Now there's the plus.
What's the plus? Right in the middle is something no other diaper has. A revolutionary micro-thin liner. So absorbent, it alone could keep your baby dry. It's like an extra layer of leakage protection for her and everything around her.
Plus, it's great.
Like a diaper within a diaper. Now your baby can be dry all over.
Dry shirt, dry sheets, dry sleepers.
New Ultra Pampers Plus.
Oh, what a plus.
It's all the dryness a mother can give.
We can't wait to try it. Sam, comb your hair.
I'm always combing my hair.
Then try Johnson's Gentle Conditioning Shampoo for clean, controllable hair.
You combed your hair.
Johnson's Gentle Conditioning Shampoo and Conditioner. The hair care pair for kids.
Diane Miller is about to experience pain. That's why she takes Metaprin. It has the same medicine as Motrin, and nothing's proven faster for relief of body pain. So when you haven't got time for the pain, take Metaprin. Nothing's proven faster.
New Post Crispy Critter cereal. Animal shapes that are low in sugar.
Indubitably delicious.
There's only one of these in the whole world.
And you gave it to me. Uh-huh. Whoa, what a crunch. That's unreal.
It's not unreal. It's all natural.
You said there was only one of these.
I meant that one-of-a-kind nutty taste.
I was gonna say nutty. What are these?
Give you a hint.
Nuts. Grape nuts.
The one and only.
Post Grape Nut cereal.
I'll guard this box with my life.
Don't cover up the name.
She's got a walk that's set to music, so sexy, silky, smooth. She's a no-nonsense kind of woman. You gotta watch her every move.
No Nonsense Sharon Silky has the same silky look and feel of some department store pantyhose at nowhere near the price.
Her legs steal the show, but it's never an act. And if you whistle at her, she might whistle back. No nonsense. Well, if the attitude fits, wear it.
At 6, she inherited over $40 million. At 18, she took Europe by storm. At 29, she married Cary Grant. At 50, she took her 7th husband. And at 66, she died nearly broke. Now, Farrah Fawcett stars in the compelling story of heiress Barbara Hutton.
You know how I feel? Worth millions. Worth nothing.
Based on the true story, Poor Little Rich Girl, beginning next Monday.
Miss Whitehall, on the night of Ron Levin's disappearance, you said that you went to a movie with Dean Carney and Brad Sedgwick. Did you see Joe Hunt before you went to the movie?
Yes. He said he was going to have dinner with Ron Levin to work on a business deal, and he was supposed to get some money from Ron.
And when you got home from the movie, did you see Joe?
Yes. He was in the bathroom and was brushing his teeth and was really excited and was talking with a mouthful of toothpaste, and so he said, I got this check. Ron gave me this check. And I said, slow down, and he ran in the room and he got this big check and said, look what Ron, he gave me this check. And I looked. It was $4.5 million.
Now, moving to the meeting in which Joe Hunt said that he killed Ron Levin, did you hear conversations concerning the preparation of that meeting?
Yes. I heard Joe and Dean talking in Dean's bedroom. They were laughing and planning something. I listened at the door.
Well, what were they talking about?
Dean was talking and saying, well, who could we say did it? Could I say I did it? And Joe says, like, yeah, but they wouldn't believe that. And Dean said, I know. You could say that you killed Ron. And Joe says, could I have done it with you? And then Dean said, I know. You could say you and Booker did it. And then they said, nobody would believe that. You've got to have details.
Did you confront Joe about what you heard?
Yes. I told him that you can't say that. He said not to worry, that he was only saying it for effect. He didn't want to lose his business. I said, you can't say that. You can't make something like that up. You can't say that about somebody.
Did you threaten to leave Joe?
And could I have a tissue, Your Honor?
Yes, surely.
Did you continue to protest the conversation?
Yes.
You may cross-examine. Miss Whitehall, what is your occupation?
Acting.
My son, Joe, he was a wonderful little guy. And he would always wake up in the morning smiling, go to bed smiling, all the time when he was little.
Was he always the kind of person to keep his emotions under control?
Emotions, how do you mean?
Kind of cool, on an even keel, never really high or low, never really angry or upset about anything.
Yes. He was kind of easygoing, a cool person. Joe would always find out what you liked, what you wanted to do. And then he would make time to do that particular thing and share it with you. Even among children, he was a good leader because he was the type people enjoyed. He did it very subtly.
And your husband, was he dictatorial person?
I would say so.
Was there a time when he insisted that Joe walk himself to kindergarten without benefit of a parent or a crossing guard?
Yes. When he started kindergarten, and his sister was only a month old, and I couldn't leave her alone, I was very concerned about Joe. He was only... He was only 5, and his father insisted that he walk to school. He said I was over-mothering. And if he was going to grow up to be any kind of man, that he could walk to kindergarten alone.
You had nothing to say about this?
Well, it was like, what could I do about it? That was it.
After you and your husband separated, when Joe was in high school, Joe went with his father?
Yes. Joe felt it would be less of a burden on me if he went to live with his father.
And for how long a time were you physically separated without any contact with Joe?
6 years.
And from the time your son, Ron Levin, moved out of the house when he was 18 years old, how often would he contact you?
Frequently.
Would he ever go more than a week without calling you?
No.
In 24 years?
Yes, he called every week.
And this 6 years of no connection or contact with Joe, was this while Joe was living in Chicago?
Yes. And I would write to him and never get any response, or my letters would come back. And then I would try to call him, and they'd moved. So I would call some of my ex-husband's relatives, and I would ask them if they knew where Joe was, and nobody would tell me where he was.
Was it a common occurrence for your son to send you flowers on Mother's Day?
Yes. The cards were enclosed in flowers that he sent me. I saved them all. Would you like me to read them?
Yes.
Love, Ronnie. Love, Ronnie. Love, Ronnie. I love you, Ronnie. Love, Ronnie.
Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Ronnie.
During the period of time from early 1983 through October 1984, did you know your son was living in Los Angeles?
No, I did not.
Did he send you any money at this time?
No.
Did you know that at various times your son had control over quite a lot of money?
No, I didn't.
Last card is a birthday greeting he sent me. Doubt that the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun does shine. Doubt that the truth be a liar. But never doubt that I love you. Love, Ronnie.
Miss Gonzalez, you've stated that you were a student at the University of Arizona. On a night in September of 1986, what happened?
My boyfriend, Miguel, and I stopped at a gas station across from the University of Arizona campus. And while we were waiting, I noticed a real attractive gentleman in his 40s putting gas in his car. He had very expensive-looking clothes, dark hair, short beard, dark eyes. He was very striking.
Was it on November the 20th that you read the article from Esquire magazine?
Yes, I saw the article and a sketch of Mr. Levin, and I remember thinking that face looked familiar. And I looked at the photo and sketch and tried to picture it with dark brown hair and everything, and I thought, God, that's the man we saw.
And what did you do?
I talked it over with a friend, and he said I should go to the police right away.
Why did you do that?
Because I thought this person, Ron Levin, could still be alive. And there are people being tried for a murder they didn't commit. And so I went to the police.
And what percentage of certainty would you ascribe your belief that it was the same person?
90%. After I saw the police photo of Mr. Levin.
This person that you saw in the gas station, how long after that did you read the Esquire article?
6 to 8 weeks.
And the article that you read did not contain a photograph of Mr. Levin, did it?
It contained a sketch.
And later you saw a photograph. What was it that was the same as the person you saw in the gas station?
I can't tell you. That is a person. I said I was 99% sure.
The eyes?
The way he was staring, I don't know.
The hair?
It was dark. The hair was dark, but a different haircut.
Complexion?
I didn't see the complexion.
Have you ever made a mistake in the identification of anybody? Not just for court, but just generally.
Not that I can think of, no.
Seeing friends you thought you knew, and it turns out they're not the people you thought they were?
I don't think so.
Never had that experience of walking down the street thinking you see someone familiar, and you get closer, and it turns out it's not the person you thought it was?
I don't think so.
Your Honor, the defense rests.
It's not going to put Joe on the stand. I'm a little surprised, Your Honor, to say the least.
Well, then, there's no alternative but to take an adjournment until tomorrow.
Is this the sort of society where a person could have one stupid idea, engage in one deceit with a big mouth during a time of stress and misguidance in his life? Joe Hunt, whose only crime was a human limitation and a belief in himself that exceeded his abilities. If he can be judged guilty of murder, then it's my fault as his counsel. My limitations would be responsible if I could be so inept in showing you people of the jury the innocence of my client, which is so obvious. If I cannot utter a single truth and be understood, then condemn me rather than this young man, because I would be the only one in this courtroom guilty of murder. forgive Joe Hunt for attempting to exploit Ron Levin's disappearance. This country, long on justice, bars from its gates mere suspicion. Joe Hunt paid for his immaturity. He paid for his failed dream. Do your duty. Set him free. Set Joe Hunt free.
Forgive Joe Hunt his immaturities, his immaturities. It's almost an outrage to hear something like that. To call what we are talking about here immaturity, we are talking about murder. That isn't immaturity. What about those 7 pages in Joe's handwriting? You heard Amy say that Joe was going over and have a meeting with Ron Levin that night. So, maybe he took the list with him, and it was a list for how he was going to get the contract signed. Let's see. Xerox authorization. Use corporate seal. Have Levin sign agreements. Xerox everything. Put on handcuffs, tape mouth, kill dog. All the normal things you do when you have a contract signed. There is only one reasonable explanation how that list got there. And that is that Joe Hunt took it there that night with Frank Booker and killed Ron Levin. It is the only reasonable explanation. When you study these 7 pages, there's only one reasonable conclusion you can draw. That this man is guilty of murder. That he killed Ron Levin in cold blood. And that murder occurred during the course of a robbery. And that he is guilty of murder with special circumstances. And that is the only and appropriate verdict in this case.
Have you reached a verdict?
Will the defendant please rise?
We, the jurors in the above entitled action, find Joseph Hunt guilty of murder in the first degree.
What's your reaction, Mr. Hunt?
Astonishment. I think it's a tragedy because Ron Levin is alive and I'm sure he'll be found in the next couple of years. Ron Levin is alive. At least he did not die by my hand on that night.
In view of the overwhelming evidence of your guilt, and in accordance with the verdict of the jury, I hereby sentence you to state prison for life without the possibility of parole.
Any comment, Joe?
My only responsibility is to keep my chin up. That's what I do best.
Joseph Hunt is in prison awaiting trial for the murder of Bijan Naboti. Frank Booker has been tried twice in Los Angeles for the murder of Ron Levin. In both cases, a mistrial was declared because the jury was unable to reach a unanimous verdict. Todd Melbourne and Masood Naboti were apprehended within 1 year. They are now on trial for the murder of Bijan Naboti. Dean Carney has another identity and is living under a witness protection program. Eric Fairmont is continuing his studies in a graduate program. Chris Fairmont is pursuing a career in entertainment management. Brad Sedgwick is attending graduate school in business.
These are endless galaxies which are yours. You can journey to infinity through the endless passages of the cosmos. Even better, this all belongs to you. This is your mind.
Don't just get them clean, get them Vivid.
Goodbye powder bleach, because Vivid liquid bleach cleans like no powder bleach can. Brightens colors beautifully.
All your colors come right, right down to the white. Don't just get them clean, get them Vivid.
About the Honda Accord, the experts at Car and Driver have said, quote, "The engine hums sweetly. The steering is deliciously accurate. Cruising is hushed. The Accord is world-class comfortable. It's enough to make us blush."
We interrupt this cold to bring you this important message. Introducing new NyQuil Cherry flavor. Now people of all tastes can relieve their colds at night. New NyQuil Cherry flavor. NyQuil Relief. Cherry taste.
From Touchstone Home Video, Shelley Long and Bette Midler are hot for the same man.
Did you make it with her? Do you even know this person?
But now, the heat's on them. It's the blockbuster comedy of the year, Outrageous Fortune. See it on video cassette.
Pie. Mom's homemade pie. Now, Cool Whip.
Oh, I want my Cool Whip.
There isn't a fresh homemade pie in the world that doesn't hunger for the fresh homemade taste of Cool Whip. Cool Whip. One fresh homemade taste deserves another.
I got my Cool Whip.
For 100 years, Log Cabin Syrup's rich maple taste has brought something special to the family breakfast. The family. Log Cabin. Making breakfast since 1887.
Enough of power, money, and murder.
This is Ken Mads. Nightside is next on Channel 2. More gunshots where a woman holds police at bay in northwest Baltimore. An investigation into the suspicious death of an infant in Baltimore County points to murder. Baltimore cab drivers talk about new fears and dangers of the job. And Governor Schaefer takes center stage to help bring big bucks to Baltimore. Join Sally and me next for Nightside.